Actually, you can started there is what is
feeling
taking
Sarvalokamaheshwaram Saradam Sarvabhutam Nyatvam Shanti Vrachati Karma Palam Karma Karotiyah
sir audio రావట్లేదు కదా నేను డైరెక్ట్ సరే ఆఫ్ చేస్తాను अश्वत्थं प्रागुरव्ययम् छन्दांसि यस्य वर्णानि यस्तं वेद स वेदविशः सूर्यो न पावकः यद्गन्धानि वर्तन्ते तत्कामपरमं जीवलोके जीवभूतानीन्द्रियाणि तिष्ठाति गच्छति तिष्ठन्ति अन्तस्थिते ज्ञानमोहनं च
Okay. Are you to all the opportunities from this minutes? From all the children. Can I hear what? Jai Shri Krishna. Jai Shri Krishna. Om Sadguru Devaya. So, usually for any event to begin, we look for auspicious moment of good luck. But today we have with us our guest of honor, Sadguru Sri Prabhuji and Atma. So I invite them to come light the lamp and make this very moment auspicious. Okay, so sir.
ಮೈಕ್ರೋಫೋನ್ ರೋಡ್ ಕ್ಯಾಮರಾ ಅದಕ್ಕೆ ಕೊಡಕ್ಕಾಗಲ್ಲ. ಬಂತು ಆ ಮೇಡಮ್ ಹೋಗಿ ಇನ್ನೊಂದು ಏನೋ ಲ್ಯಾಪ್ಟಾಪ್ ಏನೋ ಮಾಡಿದ್ರು.
I now welcome Aditya and Amit to chant the Narayana Sutta while the medical is going on.
select mark open ಆಗ್ತಾನೆ
I get caught. When I get caught, it's my
Thank you so much, Aditya and Amit. And I thank Mr. Santosh Shetty, our chief guest of honor. It's a great pleasure to have you there. And Maitreji and Prabhuji for the and inaugurating the event. So it is said that the life of a Gnani is a life of celebration. He lives a life of celebration. Every moment is celebration. So let us start with a dance to celebrate this event of Gita Jayanti by Arjun Kritika.
Which is Mahabharata title song and Gita song.
Thank you so much, Kritika. That was indeed such a powerful song and very much relevant to today's occasion. Thank you so much. So now I would like to invite Prabhuji to take us from sound to beyond sound and divine music. Please come on stage.
ಸೆಲೆಕ್ಟ್ ಮಾಡಿ ಇದ್ರಲ್ಲಿ ಏನಾದ್ರು ಮಾಡ್ಬೇಕಾ ಬರ್ತಾ ಇದೆ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಅವಾಗ ಮಾಡ್ತೀವಿ ಅದೇ
नमो ते व्यास विशाल बुद्धे उल्लारविन्दाय तपस्तनेत्र येन त्वया भारततैलपूर्ण प्रज्वालितो ज्ञानमय प्रदीप ज्ञानमय जय भगवती माते जय जय गीते जय व्यास जाते जय जय ईग पर कल्याण दाते जय भगवती माते जय भगवती माते जय जय गीते जय व्यास जाते जय जय गीते जय व्यास जाते जय जय ईग पर कल्याण दाते जय भगवती माते तत्व ध्याने शांति निदाने तत्व ध्याने शांति निदाने भवभयारिणी सर्वगुणगणे भवभयारिणी सर्वगुणगणे जय भगवती
जय जय गीते जय व्यास जाते जय जय गीते जय व्यास जाते जय जय ईग पर कल्याण दाते जय भगवद गीते माते आशा मोहा स्वार्थ संहारिणी आशा मोहा स्वार्थ संहारिणी आ आशा मोहा स्वार्थ संहारिणी दास की शवनुत हृदय विहारिणी दास की शवनुत हृदय विहारिणी जय भगवद गीते माते जय जय गीते जय व्यास जाते जय जय इह पर कल्याण दाते जय भगवद गीते भगवद गीते भगवद गीते गीते माते गीते माते गीते माते
Jai Bhagavad Gita Mate, Jai Mate. Everyone, Jai Bhagavad Gita Mate, Jai Mate. Thank you, Shiva Prabhuji. That was truly divine. Thank you so much. Okay. So, now we have a special program. I would like to call everyone, even at the stalls, to come and watch it. Please, everyone at the stalls, please come to the front. Please take seats here. So, all of you must have seen Superman, Batman, Captain Marvel with their superpowers, laser eyes, right? But what you will see now, you will be stunned. So here we have Prerna. Where is she? Please come. Right, she's there. Okay. Prerna, please come on to stage. So here we have Prerna to show us something that we'll remember forever. The stage is yours.
Hari Om to all the Atma Jyotis. Myself, Prerna. All the parents here would like to control their children. So first, let's see if your own body parts will be under your control or not. I'll show you some activities you all can see and try. I want everybody to hold your hands in front of me. In one hand, you're going to open your index finger and your center finger. In your left hand, you have to open your center finger and your ring finger. After you open, everybody done with these two fingers opening? Now you're going to close them. And in your left hand, you have to open your index and middle finger. Here you have to open your middle finger and ring finger. Vice versa. Now you have to change, swap them, again swap, change, 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 change. Yeah, now is it listening to your commands? Now I'll show you another activity. In your right hand, you have to open your thumb finger and face it towards your right. And in your left hand, you have to open your little finger and face it towards the right. So both the fingers should be facing towards the right. Yeah, now you have to close and change it towards your left. Only your thumb and little finger. Again, swap, change, 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 change. Is anybody able to do this? Swap, swap, swap. I'll show another activity. In your right hand, you have to do circle. And in your left hand, you have to do a square. So this is how your body parts only don't listen to your own command. Then we can't expect our your children to listen to you. So first we have to try to control our own senses and our own body parts. And now I will show you a special activity. I'll blindfold my eyes and I'll tell the color and the number on the cards and the crayon.
One. Hit. Pick one color. Pick one. Give it.
Blue color.
Right. One.
White color.
If any of you can give me any object which is two colors, like I mean single object having two colors. From your first. Any object. Anybody have?
100 rupee note, purple color. The special number is 3HP268172.
One of you can just verify. You can write down. Right, you can write down.
So the number is, give me 3HP space 268172.
Somebody can note it down.
I repeat, 3HP space 268172. Now I'm gonna show you how I identify colors and numbers on the card. This is brown and it has 8. This is a double color card with green and pink. On green, we have 10946, and on pink there is 89. Now let's have a game. Okay, another. So this is also a double color card with dark yellow and normal yellow. On dark yellow, we have 17711. On light yellow, we have 144. Now let's have a fun activity. I'll be solving the with blindfold the Rubik's cube within 1 minute. This cube. Now this cube is jumbled, and now I'm gonna start solving it. Color, and I'm yellow. One more yellow. Now the first layer yellow is solved. Yellow color. Now I'll be solving the middle layer, the second layer. I have yellow. Sleeping now. One more. The Rubik's cube is solved. Now I'll be playing a marble game, the brain Vita game, with my blindfold. So I'll start. So we all get these powers by Gita. So we have organized the program called as Gita Shakti. You all can give your names and your number there, and we'll put you into the group. And you all can do this wonderful, amazing activities by learning Gita with the power of Gita. Thank you.
Wow, wonderful. Prerana, can this powers help me in exams? Or because if yes,
how many children want to learn this power? Superman, Superwoman, right? So you remember Gita Shakti, the power of Gita. Learn Gita, Bhagavad Gita, and you learn this ability also. So many of we want many children to learn this ability. Thank you.
Wonderful. Oh, okay. So she's giving a demo for that also. I asked whether I can use it for my exams. So she said she can give a demo for that. Okay, please.
I'm opening a random page of the book and I'll start to. Noise. Experiment with noise. Blow up a balloon but don't tie it. Stretch the neck of the balloon and slowly let some air out. Figure 1. Listen to the noise it makes. Blow up the balloon again and tie it. Pop the balloon with a pin. Figure 2.
Okay. Oh, should I put another page? Okay. Okay, this page.
The amazing singing glass. See how to make a glass sing. Dip your finger into water. Carefully slide your finger around the lip of a crystal glass until the glass begins to sing. Only do this for a short time. Why?
I think that's enough. If you want to see the page, you can look at it.
Namaste everyone. Actually, this activity she started from past one and a half a month. So this is like actually we all how do we make our children learn? We just we force them or we abuse them and then make the child sit and read, right? So actually here this kind of learning is possible only when the brain is in that alpha state, that is the very calm state. So this way for children from age 5 to 15, we can develop such ability. So overall, like the cognitive skills, the memory, focus, and all these things can be improved. So I wish like all of you parents here would also be like very curious to know how this is possible. So this is all possible because of, first thing I'll tell you, it is because of meditation. And the other thing is because of Bhagavad Gita. So if you all want to join this course, please join our Gita Shakti group. So we have a stall over there. You all can leave your number there and then we all will put you into a WhatsApp group and then we all will take you through this process. In future, even your kids would be able to do this.
Wonderful. I think everyone will head towards the Gita Shakti stall. But before that, there is another unique event planned for today. I'm sure all of you have played this game called Antakshari, right? Antakshari with the movie songs, Kannada songs, all those things. But we have our eye leaders today who will play Antakshari with Gita Shlokas. So let us welcome Hamsa and Prerana onto the stage. Okay, it's Antyakshari. Okay, I'm sorry. Huh? Antyakshari. All right. So
सर्वधर्मान् परित्यज्य मामेकं शरणं व्रज अहं त्वा सर्वपापेभ्यः मोक्षयिष्यामि मा शुचः
चातुर्वर्ण्यं मया सृष्टं गुणकर्म विभागशः तस्य कर्तारमपि मां विद्य कर्तारमव्ययम्
यं यं वापि स्मरन् मदनुग्रहाय परमं गुह्यमध्यात्मसंज्ञितं यत्त्वयोक्तं वचस्तेन मोहोऽयं विगतो मम
मात्रा स्पर्शास्तु कौन्तेय शीतोष्णसुखदुःखदाः आगमापायिनो नित्यास्तां स्थितिक्षस्व भारत
तस्मात् सर्वेषु कालेषु मामनुस्मर युध्य च मय्यर्पितमनो बुद्धिः यो मद्भक्तः स मे प्रियः
यस्मान्नो द्विजते लोको लोकान्नो द्विजते च यः हर्षामर्षभयोद्वेगैर्मुक्तो यः स च मे प्रियः
अनन्तविजयं राजा कुन्तीपुत्रो युधिष्ठिरः नकुलः सहदेवश्च सुघोषमणिपुष्पकौ
कौ काममाश्रित्य दुष्पूरन् दम्भमानमदान्विताः त्यजन्ते नाम यज्ञैस्ते दम्भेनाविधिपूर्वकम्
मन्मना भव मद्भक्तः मद्याजी मां नमस्कुरु मामे वैश्यसि युक्त्वैनम् आत्मानं मत्परायणः
न मां कर्माणि लिम्पन्ति न मे कर्मफले स्पृहा इति मां योऽभिजानाति कर्मभिन्न स बध्यते
तेषां सततयुक्तानां भजतां प्रीतिपूर्वकं दधामि बुद्धियोगं तं येन मामुपयान्ति ते
तद्विद्धि प्रणिपातेन परिप्रश्नेन सेवया उपद्येक्षन्ति ते ज्ञानं ज्ञानिनस्तत्त्वदर्शिनः
नष्टो मोहस्मृतिर्लब्धा त्वत्प्रसादात्मयाञ्च्युत स्थितोऽस्मि गतसन्देहः परिष्ये वचनं तव
वासांसि जीर्णानि यथा विहाय नवानि गृह्णाति नरोपराणि तथा शरीराणि विहाय जीर्णानि अन्यानि संयाति नवानि देहे
इमं विवस्वते योगं प्रोक्तवानहमव्ययं विवस्वान् मनवे प्राह मनुरिक्ष्वाकवे ब्रवीत्
ततो तं तथा कृपयाविष्टमश्रुपूर्णाकुलेक्षणं विषीदन्तमिदं वाक्यमुवाच मधुसूदन
अक्षरो ब्रह्म न नैनं छिन्दन्ति शस्त्राणि नैनं दहति पावकः न चैनं क्रीडयन्त्यापो न शोषयति मारुतः
तेषामहं समुद्धर्ता मृत्युसंसारसागरात् भवामि न चिरात् पार्थ मय्यावेशितचेतसाम्
मदनुग्रहाय परमं गुह्यं ममैवांशो जीवलोके जीवभूतः सनातनः मनः षष्ठानि इन्द्रियाणि प्रकृतिस्थानि कर्षति
तेषां सततयुक्तानां भजतां प्रीतिपूर्वकं ददामि बुद्धियोगन्तं येन मामुपयान्ति ते
तत्त्ववित्तु महाबाहो गुणकर्मविभागशः गुणागुणेषु वर्तन्ते इति वत्वा न सज्जते
I think they'll chant the whole Bhagavad Gita if we let them continue. Thank you so much. Yeah, thank you so much, Hamsa and Prerna. Let's have another round of applause, please. Okay, so you saw the confidence and the spontaneity with which they came up with the Bhagavad Gita shlokas. So this is what I lead program and Light of Self teaches children. So yes, remember this. Okay. Okay. So today when Sri Prabhuji lit the lamp of the Gita Jayanti function, it was the 14th time that he lit the lamp, inaugurating the function. And this is just a few compared to thousands of lamps he has lit in the minds of people and the homes of people. So I would like to welcome Vijayji to give a small introduction to how Gita Jayanti has started and how Light of Self Foundation has taken up this initiative of teaching Bhagavad Gita and spreading Bhagavad Gita to thousands of homes. Please, Jai Vijayji, please come.
Jai Shri Ram. Hari Om Prabhuji. Welcome to Santosh ji. Welcome to Maitreyi ji. And welcome to all the divine Atma Jyotis. It's a blessing to be here amongst all of you. Thank you very much, Prabhuji, for lighting this lamp in all our lives and making this a path which is very joyful. So like Shriram said, this is the 14th year that Gita Jayanti is happening in Light of the Self. So few numbers and few things that I would like to present in front of you today about how the journey has been so far. But first of all, what is the intention behind the Gita Jyoti program that we conduct, not only for children but also for the adults? The main idea is, our sir would probably resonate with this much better. When the children are young, the mind is very, very fertile. What seeds you put, those seeds grow and become big tree. That's the fundamental idea behind Gita Jyoti. So can we please show the next slide, sir? And in that there is a small video. Second slide. Yeah, can you please play that video, sir? Click on that video. You can go to the slideshow mode. The seed that you grow, that is what sprouts. Because life builds on that foundation. And what else better than the foundation of which is the highest that any one of us can have. All other foundations Just click outside, sir. Just click outside. It'll go to the next page. Yeah. So here are some numbers of our organization today. So today, here we are about probably 100 plus people, but our organization is now today spread all over the globe. It is present in more than 4 countries today. As far as Bhagavad Gita itself is concerned, more than 30 Acharinis and Acharyas are there who have been inspired by the teachings of Prabhuji and Bhagavad Gita and are taking this to so many others. Like how you saw with children, there are Bhagavad Gita study circles that are happening for adults. So today, actually more than 500 students are there. But till today, I'm sure the count is not even there. But roughly estimating, because the other day I was asking Maitri Amma, is it possible for you to estimate how many people you may have touched? She says maybe 15,000. I don't really know. Because once when she teaches, she inspires them to teach others. So this is growing like a big tree. But still, if you have to make an estimate, maybe more than 25,000 people or Atma Jyotis have been touched by Gita Jyoti. And today, more than 9 books are there, which all are inspired by Prabhuji's teachings. So all of that can be purchased by all of you. You also would have seen that in the beginning at the entrance here. Can you go to the next slide, sir? Just click there. Yeah. So this is the short glimpse of how the journey began. The journey began way back in 2003. And there's an interesting story. I'm sure Prabhuji will recount that when he is talking. Journey actually in Light of the Self began with an Arjuna coming to Prabhuji saying, I have problem in life. And that is how Prabhuji started Bhagavad Gita's teaching. And that today has become a big tree which is inspiring all of us. And then, of course, came our Maitri ji and our Padmanlochan ji and Preeta ji, who took this initial guidance given by Prabhuji and structured it Initially, there were 108 shlokas because 700 shlokas is what Bhagavad Gita is. So to learn 700, maybe there is a mental block. Oh, 700, I will do once, maybe after I retire, maybe when I have time. And it will never come. So to inspire that into the daily life, right here, from today onward, Prabhuji took the step up, converting that into 108 chosen shlokas. That's how it began. And from there, today, it is about 126 chosen shlokas. Can you go to the next slide, sir? You just keep clicking. It will automatically take you to the next slide. Yeah. So like that, the journey has been going on. And last year, we were fortunate to, can you see that bottom picture, 2021? So last year, we had our Kuni Krishnan Nambishan as the person who has taken the message of Gita at a ripe age of 65 plus. He was 65 plus when he started this journey. And today in Kerala, he has taken it to thousands of people at such a ripe age. And there's a wonderful story that Prabhuji will tell us about how it began for him. You know, Krishna says, Yoga Kshemam Vahamyam. I will take care of your yoga and kshema. And it is a true living reality for each one of us here. And that's the great Atma Jyoti that we were inspired by. And we made him as the Atma Jyoti of the year for last year for Gita Jyoti. And this year, can we go to the next one slide, sir? And this year, we are very, very honored to have our Maitreyi Amma as for more than 13 years. You know, her goal is Yelahanka to Yeshwantpur. You may think, you know, there's just two areas, Yelahanka to Yeshwantpur. Thousands, lakhs of people live there. So many schools, so many families. You will probably hear Akka, people there call her as Maitreyi Akka. So many of them, you know, last week there was a Gita Yatra in Matikere, and how they all came. Some came even from North Karnataka just to be with Akka and just to spend time because they have been inspired and touched, their lives have been transformed. So, and we are very, very fortunate, Amma, that you've been the guiding light. So this year we are fortunate to dedicate our Gita Jayanti celebrations to Amma. Can you go to the next slide? Now just click there, it will take you to the next slide. So we have already, as I mentioned, who doesn't know Santosh Hegdeji? A person, you know, who has really made a name because of his steadfastness, his integrity, and what? And the best thing is, he was chosen by one of our eye leader. Manya got inspired by his talk. So she said, you know, in eye leader, you know, so many of us are there from all ages. In eye leader, if a person who has stood for integrity and who can inspire that through his action, it would be Santosh Hegdeji. So she inspired us to go and invite him. So very, very, very honored, sir, that you're amongst us and you're spending time with us. Thank you, sir. Can you go to the next? So this year Gita Jayanti was celebrated in a grand way. So we started almost a month back. We started with Gita Saptaha. Over 7 days, we did 100 shlokas. And so many Atma Jyotis participated in that. All of that was very, very wonderful. Then next celebration, which was done in the Matikere, Gita Yatra. Excellent. I mean, it was a very simple but excellent celebration. We all took various placards and we did a yatra chanting Krishna's name. And it was so touching because there were so many people who were standing outside and looking at it, because the message of Krishna is a transforming message and it has to reach every heart. So, and that's the work that Amma has been doing there, and we were glad to be part of it. That was Gita Yatra in Matikere. Then we had over 9 days all the 18 chapters were summarized and presented through different study circles as Gita Sandesha through various dance, drama, stories, then their own interpretations. So each one is about 30-40 minutes of video. Very nice. Such an amazing way by which each of the teacher has presented Bhagavad Gita's chapters. And that was celebrated over the 9 days. And today, I would not call it as a culmination, but a new beginning is the Gita Utsava. And you are all here. So once again, very happy and glad that all of you have been able to make time and come here. And especially I want to thank Prabhuji again and Santoshji and Maitri Amma and her family. Thank you all. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, Vijayji, for that very inspiring and motivating introduction to how the Gita Jayanti has started and how it's being taken forward by such inspiring personalities like Maitreji Amma and Sri Prabhuji. Once again, I'd like to thank Mr. Santosh Hegde for being with us. So, Vijayji mentioned about there being 9+ books published by Light of the Self Foundation. I'm sure many of you don't know the amount of effort that the Atma is put in for bringing out such a book, and the amount of effort people are putting in to spread the teaching of Vedanta and Bhagavad Gita. Here are some of the books.
Sloka to summary of the chapters, all inspired by the teachings of Prabhuji. And all of these are available in both English and Kannada in Notion Press. And at the beginning there is a stall where you can find all this information, as well as we'll showing all this information to you later. So any one of you can order this.
Hundreds of hours of talks given by Prabhuji are transcribed by many of our Atma Jyotis, including Maitri Amma and Katyayani ji and Uma ji and Satyavati ji, Shravan ji, Saravanan ji, many people. The list is very long. Okay, so for today, we have another dance planned by a small group of children. Anvi, Prerna, are you ready? Huh? Okay, here they are. Come, please introduce yourselves.
I am Jigisha. I am the lead youth of the set. My name is Anvi Sakre and I'm going to perform a dance on Krishna.
My name is Prerna. I'm going to dance with.
He needs no introduction.
My name is Hamsa. I'm going also to dance with it.
I am Kirtan and even I'm going to dance with it. I am Trishti. I am also going to dance. I am Trishti.
Since I was back yet, after then I do getting hella bands
मधुरा पुरी सदन मृदु बदन मधुसूदन इह स्वागतं कृष्ण चरणागतं कृष्ण मधुरा पुरी सदन मृदु बदन मधुसूदन इह स्वागतं कृष्ण शरणागतं कृष्ण मधुरा पुरी मृदु बदन मधुसूदन इह स्वागतं कृष्ण कृष्ण मुष्टिकासूर चानूर मल्ल
ಪ್ರಭುಜಿ ಹತ್ರ ಇದೆ ಒಂಚೂರು ಕೇಳ್ತೀರಾ? ಇದು ಬೇಡ. ಫೋಟೋಗೆಲ್ಲ ಅದು ಪ್ರಭುಜಿ ಹತ್ರ ಇದೆ, ಇಸ್ಕೊಳ್ಳಿ.
Colgate strong teeth ಮತ್ತೆ
ಜಸ್ಟ್ ಲೈಕ್ ನಮ್ಮ ಗಾಡಿಯ ಪೆಟ್ರೋಲ್ ಕಡಿಮೆ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ, ನಮ್ಮ ಹಲ್ಲಲ್ಲೂ ಕೂಡ ಕ್ಯಾಲ್ಸಿಯಂ ಕಡಿಮೆ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ. ನಾವು ಏನನ್ನಾದ್ರೂ ತಿಂದಾಗ ನಮ್ಮ ಹಲ್ಲು ಕ್ಯಾಲ್ಸಿಯಂ ಕಳೆದುಕೊಳ್ಳುತ್ತೆ. ಕೋಲ್ಗೇಟ್ ಸ್ಟ್ರಾಂಗ್ ಟೀತ್ ನಲ್ಲಿ ಇರುವ ಕ್ಯಾಲ್ಸಿಯಂ ಬೂಸ್ಟ್ ಹಲ್ಲು ಕಳೆದುಕೊಳ್ಳ ಕ್ಯಾಲ್ಸಿಯಂ ಅನ್ನು ಮರಳಿಸುತ್ತೆ. ಕೋಲ್ಗೇಟ್ ಸ್ಟ್ರಾಂಗ್ ಟೀತ್.
Another round of applause, please.
देवकी नंदन तुमको वंदन रखते सबकी लाज, सबके स्वामी अंतर्यामी पूरन कीजिए काज। देवकी नंदन तुमको वंदन रखते सबकी लाज, सबके स्वामी अंतर्यामी पूरन कीजिए काज। मन मंदिर में सजे बिहारी, मनमोहन तेरी छवि अति प्यारी। मन मंदिर में सजे बिहारी, मनमोहन तेरी छवि अति प्यारी। बंसी बजैया रास रचैया, तारनहार मेरे तुम ही केवैया। तुमसे बड़ा कहाँ कौन कन्हैया। श्री कृष्ण गोविंद हरे मुरारे, हे नाथ नारायण वासुदेवा। श्री कृष्ण गोविंद हरे मुरारे, हे नाथ नारायण वासुदेवा। देवकी नंदन तुमको वंदन रखते सबकी लाज, सबके स्वामी अंतर्यामी पूरन कीजिए काज। परंपार तेरी तू माखन चोर कहावे, भवसागर से सबकी नैया तू ही पार लगावे। भक्तों का सहारा तू बांसुरी वाला मथुरा के बसैया ओ नंद के लाला तेरी भक्ति में नाचे सबका भैया श्री कृष्ण गोविंद हरे मुरारे हे नाथ नारायण वासुदेवा हे नाथ नारायण वासुदेवा देखने तुमको वंदन रखते सबकी लाज सबके स्वामी अंतर्यामी पूर्ण कीजिए काज देवकी नंदन तुमको वंदन रखते सबकी लाज सबके स्वामी अंतर्यामी पूर्ण कीजिए काज.
Thank you so much for that wonderful dance. I think this is another round of applause. You know, Lord Shiva is shown as Nataraja, you know, the Lord of dance, because in dance, the art of dancing and the dancer are one. There is no separation. So that shows non-duality, Advaita. Okay. Now, it is my great honor to invite Mr. Santosh Hegde, our chief guest of honor, onto the stage, along with Sri Prabhuji and Atma Jyoti Maitreyamma. Please. So now we would like to provide a token of honor to our chief guest. But before that, I would like to invite Eileen Manya. She is the one who has brought Mr. Santosh Hegde to this event. And I invite her to say a few words about sir. Huh? Okay. I just showed it.
Hari Om to all the Atma Jyotis. Today I feel very lucky because two people who inspire me the most, the biggest idols, are here with me today, both together. Shri Prabhuji and Shri Santosh Hegde ji. Our chief guest, Shri Santosh Hegde ji, doesn't actually require an introduction, as he is an acclaimed personality and is known in our country and outside. Santosh Hegde ji is the former Supreme Court Justice, former Solicitor General of India, and was also the Lokayukta for the Karnataka state. He has molded the lives of thousands of students and served people with his benevolence. I had heard a lot about his achievements and his noble acts, but my first meeting with him made me believe all of that I had heard and had felt his noble persona. I had saw and I listened to all of his great words in the first meeting, and that was when I met him in a student's honor program. There, he spoke of the importance and value of the moral education in schools. And he also expressed his disappointment at the fact that most schools did not think it was necessary. And that was when it hit me hard that at Light of the Self Foundation, iLead imparts this value-based education to all the children and inculcates this integrated personality by a well-balanced spiritual quotient SQ, emotional quotient EQ, intellectual quotient IQ. And that was when I knew that he must meet us, the iLeaders, and remind us once again and make us understand the truth that performing one's social duty is the virtuous of all acts. And each one of you would agree to do this, there could never be a better occasion than the Gita Jayanti. When we all went along with Vijay ji and Aditya to invite Sri Santosh Hegde ji, he said that he knew not a single verse of the Bhagavad Gita. But then the morals and values that his parents had inculcated in him in his childhood had made him and has made him an inspiration to all of us here. His life is an example of the application of the Bhagavad Gita. The next one. The next slide. The previous one. Yeah. So let us understand some little details, but the ones which played a very important role in his life and in the development of this great persona. Sri Santosh Hegde ji studied at the St. Aloysius School, Mangalore, and the Christian School, Chennai. He got his law degree from the Government Law College, Bangalore. He joined the Bar Council in January 1966 and was appointed as the Advocate General in the year 1984. He was later appointed as the Additional Solicitor General in 1989 and then as the Solicitor General in 1998. And he is one of the very few people or the judges who got directly appointed as the Supreme Court Justice without going through this hierarchy of district, state, then High Court. He directly was appointed as the Supreme Court Justice. In the year 2016, he was appointed as the Lokayukta for Karnataka for a period of 5 years. And one very, very astonishing fact, which I believe most of you might be unaware of, is that he represented the state of Mysore and the University of Mysore in hockey. You heard it right. He was also a great sportsman. There are many other achievements, but then these are few of the many awards that he was felicitated with. Some of them are, he was the Man of the Year by the Times of India for 2 years, 2010 and 2011. He was the Vijaya Karnataka for 2006 and 2012. NDTV Indian of the Year 2010, Anti-Corruption Crusader, Bangalore Hall of Fame Award for 2010, Paul Harris Award by Rotary, Public Service Excellence Award 2011 from the All India Management Association with a cash prize of 51,000, which was donated to the Jayadeva Institute of Cardiology, Bangalore. He was also awarded with the Sitaram Jindal Foundation honor for exemplary service in the field of social development 2011, which carried a cash prize of 1 crore. And this entire cash prize was donated to the Indian Army Welfare Fund. He was awarded with the Chunchana Shri Award from the Adi Chunchan Giri Mutt, which carried a cash prize of 51,000 and once again was donated for the benefit of the hospital of Adi Chunchan Giri Mutt. There are so many more awards and achievements that he's received. And I can keep on saying this, and probably it'll take me more time to just name it than how much time he took to achieve all of this. So we are truly honored to have you here with us, sir, today. And I now request Shri Prabhuji to honor our chief guest, the man of great sense of duty and morals, Shri Santosh Hegde ji.
On behalf of Light of Self Foundation, we would like to give a small memento to Sri Santosh Hegde ji. Santosh Hegde ji's life is life of dharma, righteousness. Wherever he was, he corrected the system to the best of his ability. And that's what Sri Krishna did, establish dharma. It's appropriate on the occasion of Gita Jayanti to honor Sri Santosh Hegde ji with a small memento which represents dharma.
Now, I know that each one of you have seen, heard, listened, and experienced his sense of dharma and his impeccable understanding and living of dharma, his patriotism. All of it is to a great extent. With this, let us chant Asatoma Tadgamaya Tamasoma Jyotirgamaya Mrityorma Amritam Gamaya. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Lead us from the untruth to the truth. Lead us from darkness to light. Lead us from mortality to immortality. I now request our eminent chief guest, Santosh Hegde ji, to enlighten us, the young minds of today and the responsible citizens of tomorrow, with his precious words and spread the light of knowledge and intellect. Thank you.
A good day to you all, and a happy function day of Krishna Jayanti. Dignitaries in the days, Puja Prabhuji, Puja Maitriji, Pujaji, Manya, and all the people who are present here. I am just an ordinary man, grew in a middle-class family. And when we were 6 kids, out of which we are 5 now alive. I have lost one sister. My father was a practicing lawyer who later became a High Court judge in Karnataka and a Supreme Court judge later, and he resigned and came from the Supreme Court. When he died, he lived in a 2-room house in a very small village which had about 50, 60 families. He always told us that I'll give you enough food, enough education, but when I go, there'll be nothing left behind. So he advised us to make our future the way we liked it. His life was a modern life for us children. And he told us a very important thing, another thing. He said, when you brothers and sisters grow up, you don't stay together, stay separately, never do same business together, and most importantly, don't buy property together. And we have lived that life, brothers and sisters. We have nothing to do with each other's financial matters, but our love and affection, I think, as it could be with any best of relatives. I worked in many positions, as Manya mentioned it to you, but until I came to the institution of Karnataka Lokayukta, I very often felt, till then I was a frog in the well. I really did not know the sufferings of the people. I was comfortable, and I thought many in the society were comfortable. Having come to the institution of Lokayukta, I saw so much of suffering, and I was wondering why this is happening in a country like ours, which has such a philosophical background. But then I realized it is not the fault of people or individuals. It is the fault of the society in which we are. When I was young, if somebody was sent to jail in my village, my parents would tell me not to go to that house. It was a social boycott of the person who committed the crime and also a boycott of the family. So the people were afraid to do crime. Things have changed, ladies and gentlemen. What do we see today? People go to jail, take a bail and come out. There are hundreds of people who go to the bus stop, railway stations and airports to receive them. They're garlanded, not by flower garlands, but by apple garlands. Shout slogans, Jai, Jai. What message are we sending to the people, to the youngsters? You become rich, or you become powerful, but hold big post. You're respected. How you acquired the wealth, how you acquired the position that you are in, nobody bothers to find out. If you question them and say, why do you go and receive a man like that who has gone to jail and coming back on bail? The answer will be, is he the only one who went to jail? Didn't Mahatma Gandhi go to jail? What sort of a society are we in? Today's society respects only money and power, nothing else. Talk about an honest man. Hey, use this chap. He doesn't take, he doesn't allow others to take. This is the definition of honesty in our country. How did it happen? It happened mainly because of the attitude of the society which respects wealth and power, irrespective of the source. That was not so earlier. I've not read Bhagavad Gita, but what I could hear about it, I think Our holy books didn't allow such a thing to be done and all. We were taught to respect truth. We were taught to respect honesty. And a bit of humanism put into that. I see every one of those values built in the society has disappeared in most of the people. Consequently, there's a mad race to acquire money and wealth, power and wealth. It's not going to be easy. This type of thinking of the society will lead to a lot of friction in the society. There's going to be a lot of problem in the days to come. I tried to find out what was the real reason of this prevailing situation in the society. Then I realized it is the growth of a disease called greed. Let me give you some examples of the growth of greed in our country. In the decade of 50s, there was a scam called Jeep scam. Country lost 52 lakhs of rupees in buying or importing Jeeps for our soldiers from Great Britain. 52 lakhs was a big sum at that point of time. I don't have the time to mention about all the scams I know of. So I'll refer to one scam a decade. Come to the decade of 60s, there was a scam called Bofors in buying weapons for our soldiers. Country lost 64 crores of rupees. Come to the decade of 70s, there was a scam called Commonwealth Games. Country lost 70,000 crores of rupees. I'm talking about one scam in 10 years. In 10 years, in reality, there must be 1,000 scams. 70,000 was lost in Commonwealth Games. Come to the decade of 2000, there were two scams. The 2G scam. Country lost 1,76,000 crores. Same year, there was a scam called Coalgate, the coal scam. Country lost 1,80,000 crores. Ladies and gentlemen, how can there be real development with so much of money siphoned off from the administration? In 1985, then the Prime Minister of India, late Rajiv Gandhi, made a public statement in 1985 stating that out of 1 rupee the government gave for development, only 15 paise reached the target. We are in 2022. Do you think today out of 100 rupees, 15 paise will reach? Well, I'm not a politician. I've named 3 chief ministers in one of my reports called mining reports, Congress, JDS, DDS. I'm not a politician. But today we read in the papers, the opposition party is calling the ruling party. You are a 40% government. Ruling party doesn't deny that. They asked the question to the opposition, when you were in power, how much was it? Only 10%. ನಮ್ಮೂರ್ ಕಡೆ ಒಂದು ಗಾದೆ ಇದೆ, ಆನೆ ಕದ್ರು ಕಳ್ಳ ಅಡಿಕೆ ಕದ್ರು ಕಳ್ಳ ಆ 10% ಟೈಮಲ್ಲಿ rupee value must have been 50 paise. Today it is 10 paise. That's the position. How can democracy be really understood in a country like this where so much of money is being siphoned off? When I was young, my parents would tell me, be happy with what you legitimately have. And that was one of the best lessons that we have had. The second value, which I think is missing in today's society, is humanism. We all talk that we are human beings. We are born human beings. We are superior to animals and birds and other things. In science, there is no species called human being. There is a species called Homo sapiens, which has nothing to do with humanism. Humanism is a value our elders, maybe elders thoughts were there. They built a value called humanism. Nam Guruguru ಹೇಳ್ತಾರಲ್ಲ ಏನೇ ಆಗು ನಿನಗೆ ಬೇಕಾದವನಾಗು ಆದರೆ ಮೊದಲು ಮಾನವನಾಗು ಅಂತಾರೆ. Where is it? Who cares for another man's problem? So long as I'm happy, that's good enough and all. I saw this from such close quarters, ladies and gentlemen. And it brought about tremendous amount of change. I was a happy-go-lucky chap. The destiny brought me from one place to another place. I frankly don't think I deserved it, but having got that position, I worked hard. I used the principles that my parents inculcated. But what is the use? How do you control greed? Greed has no treatment in medicine. Cancer has treatment, COVID has vaccination treatment, tuberculosis has treatment, but greed has no treatment. How do we control this thing? The only way which I understood was to inculcate a value called contentment in life. Tripti and Prabhuji. If you have contentment in life, it does not allow greed to come into your mind. Or if you already have greed, the contentment will restrict the growth of greed in you. But who teaches that? As I said, when I was young, my parents would tell me the do's and don'ts of life. If we made mistake, we were punished and told to do what we told. When I went to school, there was a subject called moral science. I referred to that. It reiterated what my parents told me. Today's parents, most of them, both of them are working. Working, according to me, is a disease. Because when you go to work, you want to become bigger in office, you want promotions, you want good posting, you want to prove that you are better than another person in the office. So you bring the headache to house and you work in the house with laptop or whatever, the tabletop or whatever it is. But you don't have the time to speak to your children. To ask them what happened today. Were you punished? What have you learned today? If not parents in my time and all, there used to be grandmothers and grandfathers were there who used to talk about the scriptures and the stories in the scriptures. Today, if they're alive, most of them are in the old age home. When I went to school, as I mentioned, there's a subject called moral science. Where is that in today's subject? It's not a requirement. It doesn't make you rich. It doesn't make you powerful. Today's education is far superior to the education of my time. They teach you how to make an atom bomb. But do they teach you how to use it? They don't do that. How do our children learn? Isn't it our responsibility to see that their future is better than ours? But with this growth of greed and lack of humanism, there's bound to be conflict. And when the gap between the haves and have-nots widens up, there'll be more anger in one section of the society. People are not afraid of law, not only in this country. It is the result of this thing. I'll tell you, there's an organization called Transparency International, a German organization, which every year makes an assessment of honesty of various international countries. In that, for the year at least 2016, which I read last, China was more corrupt than India. And the punishment for corruption in China is death sentence. Whereas in India, it is only 7 years maximum. That too in India, if you have to be punished, ultimately, it takes 40 to 50 years because of the system that we adopted in the justice delivery system. I keep often telling in front of the judges also, I've been invited to speak in the High Court. I mentioned there also. The system is such, to give an example, that husband and wife, they have a fight. Husband is 25 years old, wife is 20 years old. By the time the final judgment comes from the Supreme Court, husband will be 85 years old and wife will be 80 years old. Instant justice system. During my time, there was a slogan called justice delayed is justice denied. Today there is a counter slogan, justice is hurried, is justice buried. What sort of this? Our elders created a body called Constituent Assembly to draft a constitution for this country, which functioned from 1946 to 1949, November 24th. The people who represented different parts of India and different parts of the society were people who had worked and proved their merit in public service. In that, I must deviate a bit to give this information to you all so that to show what was the thinking of the people in power those days. The body was called the Constituent Assembly. There, the first thing that came for discussion was what type of a political system that this country should adopt when it became independent. Our elders pleaded and said, we Indians were never ever independent. We were in the rules of Rajas, Maharajas, Zamindars, foreigners. They made the laws they liked. Per force, we had to follow it, otherwise we were being punished. They said, now that we're going to become independent shortly, let's adopt a political system by which every Indian feels this governance is mine. By me, for me. Internationally, there were many political systems were there. There was monarchy, there was dictatorship, there was ism-based politics like communism, socialism, capitalism. Amongst them was one system called democracy, the Prajaprabhuta. The meaning of Prajaprabhuta then was government of the people, by the people, for the people. And our elders very happily adopted that system as the political system of this country. What's happened to that system today? Does democracy have the same meaning? According to me, no. Recently we saw a minister slapping a woman who went to ask him for some house or something, you know. A few months earlier, an MLA in Mandya was found slapping the principal of the college who invited him to speak in the college functions. Who are these people? In law, he who draws any emoluments from the treasury, be it the central or the state treasury, is a public servant. Janata Sevak. But who thinks that I'm a public servant now? In law, the President of India or even the Jawan who sits outside the office is a public servant. But then nobody. But suppose, let me give you another instance that took place, which is the pre-succor to the present day parliament and the legislature, the Constituent Assembly. There's another issue that came up for consideration. The issue was whether a person who wants to represent the future parliament or the legislatures or elected bodies, should they have an educational qualification? Many elders pleaded that they are going to be the lawmakers of this country. Therefore, there should be some educational qualification. The editor of the Constituent Assembly debate writes, almost everybody was ready to say, yes, there should be some educational qualification. Then one member stood up and addressed the chair. President, sir, the speaker was called president of this thing. President, sir, recently we adopted democracy as the political system of this country, and you said, the meaning of democracy was government of the people, by the people, for the people. Yes, sir, that is 1946. He said the population of India is 40 crores, and out of 40 crores, 80% of the people were total illiterates. Sir, are you reserving this democracy for 20% of the literates? He asked a question. The house became silent heavily. Nobody had the courage to oppose what the earlier people had spoken. Then Baba Sahib Ambedkar himself stood up and said, I'm sorry. I did not look at this issue from the point of view with which the honorable member has seen it. He's right. Democracy cannot be reserved for any class of people. What's happening today? They had the future of the country in their mind. The successors into that house, parliament, or the state legislature. What's happening? I just now mentioned about the personal arrogance of the elected. Today, about 80–90% are educated. But what's happening? Out of 100 days, the parliament is supposed to meet. 30 days also, in minimum, it doesn't work at all. People come, they walk out, protest, and when the opposition walks out, the ruling party passes all laws. What does it indicate? We have lost all values of a job for which we are paid fully. We think we are not the servants of the people, but we are the masters of the people. Take the second pillar of the Constitution, the executive, it is called, who are supposed to be governing us. The elders said they are the future administrators of the country. They must have high educational qualification, and time and again they must have review classes to give them latest information. And they said, let us not have any hand in the appointment of these people. Let's have an independent body. So they created the Public Service Commission. The word commission, does it have any other meaning? The chairman of the president of the state, Karnataka Public State Corporation Services has been arrested 3 years back for how much money he took for which post. He who gives money and comes to the post, will he be honest? See how bad the things have happened, how deep-rooted it has become now. Take the third pillar of the Constitution, the judiciary. One case, as I mentioned, takes about 40, 45, 50 years. Aren't there ways out? No, we don't want to change it because we have our own self-blessing. And very often when I speak to the students, they ask me, sir, isn't there corruption in judiciary? I said, did I say that? Where do judges come from? From the same society. From this society, go to the legislature. From this society, they go to the executive. From this society, they go to the judiciary. From this society, they go to the media. From this society, they become private doctors or private lawyers. They all go from here. But what have they learned? How to become rich. Added to that, lack of humanism. I just mentioned the way the elected people are behaving. I think the future is in our hands, ladies and gentlemen. We can't allow this to grow anymore. Our children, our grandchildren, how will they live in this society? Economic crisis, the crisis arising from various political thinkings. We have to inculcate these two values. I'll just give some of my experience in Lokayukta, which changed me, so that you'll know what really is happening in our society, and then I'll conclude. In 2008, an handicapped tailor from Bagalkot and his wife came to me. I said, what's your problem? Sir, they had got a 6-month-old child. Sir, this child looks perfectly all right, but it has no rectum. It eats through the mouth, defecates through the mouth. The local doctor said not to worry because it could be rectified through surgery. So in his advice, they took the child to a government medical college hospital to a pediatric surgeon. He examined the child and says, oh, I'll do everything all right, but it will cost you some money. Money is not expenses, money is bribe. Husband and wife knew what is happening in the society, so they had taken little money, they kept the money in the table. The doctor counts that money and said, oh, for this money, I'll make a hole near the rib cage. The fecal matters will go out of the rib cage. Child has to wear a bag throughout life. Fortunately for the child, the parents didn't agree to that and all. They took the money back and came to Karnataka Lokayukta, and Lokayukta officers took the child to Manipal Hospital in the old airport road where I was getting treated, and I'm from the same place as the owners of the hospital. We begged the doctors to do the operation because we said we don't have the money to pay. The doctors did the operation. Today, that child is about 11 to 12 years old. Every year on her birthday, the parents send me her photograph and request me to bless the child. Just see how happy I feel. My child is perfectly all right. But then, I'm not claiming any blessing for that because it was my duty. I was paid my salary. Very often people recognize somebody because others default. So by default, we get recognized because we did something, a little bit of a job. And coming back to the examples, in 2010, a lady over 80, 85 years came to me. I asked her, what's your problem? She said, sir, I have no income. I have one son working in Mumbai. He sends me 250 rupees by money order. Postman wants 10% of that. We don't give 10%. He puts an endorsement. Visited the house 3 times. My address is not available. Send back to the sender. It never goes back to the son. On the way, gets siphoned up, and nobody can pursue the matter because son is in Mumbai. Mother is no condition to fight anything. Now, I had a problem to help her, even though I wanted to help her, because the postman was a central government employee, and I had no jurisdiction to inquire. So I contacted a senior officer who was authorized to do that job. He must have calculated, well, talking 250 rupees, 10%, 25 rupees. He tells me, sir, 25 rupees case, sir. My officers are busy investigating scams, which is involving crores and crores of rupees. I have no officers. You got a police force, you do it yourself. Look at this. Here is a postman who is paid to do his job. He knows everybody in every house because he visits them every day. He knows the condition and financial position of this lady, but his greed didn't allow him. Here is an all India service officer, stars and Ashoka pillars and others and all, yeah. Arrogance of work. I'm an all India service officer. How do you expect me to do 25 rupees job? So I had to perforce contact my own police officers and discuss the matter with them. They said, sir, forget it, sir, leave it to us. We'll do something about that. A couple of months later, that lady comes crying, but not tears of sorrow, but tears of happiness. She said, the problem is solved. Yes, but it is solved only for that lady. Others, no. I'll give you another 2 examples and then I'll stop. 2011, a senior Air Force officer telephoned to me from Hyderabad. He said, Mr. Hegde, I didn't know him. 3 days back, my brother's 18-year-old daughter is killed in a road accident in Bangalore. Her body is in a government hospital. We have kept an ambulance there. But police are not giving the body. 3 days we have waited. When we found out, because post-mortem is not done, police are not handing the body. Please understand our sorrow. We haven't seen the face of this girl. We haven't finished our last rites. How long do you want us to wait? I said, please wait for 2 hours. I'll go to the hospital. I'll get back to you. I went to the hospital, met the superintendent. He said, it's not possible, sir, because I've sent 2 trained doctors to post-mortem ward. Let's call them and find out why this is not done. So he sent a peon. One of the doctors came. The other man didn't come. And he addresses the doctor. I said, I'm superintendent. He says, what's the hurry, sir? Body is not decaying. It's in a freezer. Am I to treat the living patients first or examine the dead body first? So superintendent said, who authorized you to treat a living patient when I sent you to the postmortem ward? And we get many, many bodies a day. He said, no, a relative of a patient came to me and said his relative is not getting proper treatment. So he begged of me to go and help him, his relative. So out of humanism, I went there. So I asked a question, doctor, did you know that patient or his relative earlier? No, first time, he said. Oh, I said, I understood now. That main building has 30, 40 doctors. If one doctor is not happy with that one doctor, he could have gone to another doctor there. Why should he come all the way 100 meters away from the main building in search of a doctor who is a post-mortem doctor? I said, I understood. I will look into it and all, but I'll sit here until the post-mortem is done and the body is sent to. What sort of a person? The post-mortem was done, the body was sent. Look at this man. He says, I did it out of humanism. Does humanism, is humanism confined only to a family or something? What would he have done if it was his daughter's body? What sort of a society we are in, ladies and gentlemen? I'm not saying everybody is like that, but a large section of them are greedy and lack of humanism. And another large section of the people, I don't want to involve myself in all these controversies. I'll keep away. One example of that, I'll give it as the last example. In 2011 itself, one youngster called Harish Nanjappa, 27-year-old chap, was riding a motorcycle in the outskirts of Bangalore. He was knocked down by a lorry, and a punctured tire of the lorry went over his body, and the body got divided into two pieces. But he's still alive. A lot of people were photographing, videographing there. He begged of them for little water. Nobody gave it. Ambulance came, the staff picked up the pieces of the body, put it in the ambulance. He was still alive. And he told the staff, please tell the doctor to donate my eyes. Nobody should be involved in such accidents. But look at the man's humanism. None of these stories which I mentioned to you, I mean, not stories, this thing, are made by me to this thing, paint my address. Every one of them, apart from this, there are hundreds and hundreds of other things that all of them have documented in the thing. So far as Harish Nanjappa's case is concerned, ZTV gave a postmortem, postmortem death award to him, and his wife, my mother, was called to give the award. Rather receive the award, and I was asked to go and give that award. So I know it myself with the thing, Those students are present here. Think of your future. What will it be? Those of you who have kids, just think what will be your children's future with so much of friction in the society, ladies and gentlemen. Please inculcate these two values. Teach your children these values and change the society. It can change and it will change, but how? Read the history of Europe. Things similar to this was happening there, and they're all divided into pieces because of revolution, war, and whatnot. Think of the war that's going on between Russia and what for? Personal greed, personal status. Who suffers? Those who don't have the voice. Thank you very much for giving me this opportunity, ladies and gentlemen. I might have taken a little more time, but God bless you all.
Thank you, Shri Santosh Ji, for sharing with us your endeavors and life experiences. We now know that it is his valiant struggle against corruption, backed by a strong determination to render selfless service to the society, that has brought him to where he is now. I'm certain that all parents present here are also moved by his words and are assuredly wanting their child to be a noble person like him. He truly is an exhilarating personality. We all are so lucky to have him here amongst us. And Prabhuji is making us more lucky by giving us an opportunity to interact with Santosh sir. And I will request anyone amongst you 2 questions, and Sri Santosh Ji would answer them.
2 questions.
Yes, I have one there.
Good morning, sir. I am Arjun here.
Oh yeah, yes, Mr. Arjun.
Sir, one thing I did take a lot of meaning and purpose in what you're speaking, but my experience has been that humanity is definitely alive. And one thing with the group which I have seen, or Prabhuji's touch, what we have got, is we are all insulated from that, from Dharma Palane and Dharma Sthapane. Dharma Sthapane he has done, Dharma Palane we are doing, and there's a lot of hope in the whole process. In my opinion, if we all follow what has been established as Dharma and understand that, as given by Prabhu sir, I think the world will be bright. That's what I am of the opinion, sir. And there's a lot of hope and confidence for the future.
Absolutely, there can be two opinions on this, and all what you're saying is absolutely right. But the question is, temptation in life sort of overcomes all these dharmas that our gods and elders have created. Otherwise, nobody would be corrupt, or nobody would be would lack humanism at all and all. But unfortunately, as I mentioned to you, and as I see, especially in people who are in power, they have totally lost a basic human requirement, as also certain other values like contentment in life and all. If everybody is having these two values, I think life would be much more easier. Just think in terms of the development in this country. We have developed, no doubt about it. Lots of development has taken place. But with greed contained, that development would have been much, much more. And what you say, it is not supposed to be a question, it's a fact that you mentioned it to me and all. If most of us could follow that, I think we could change it. Look, I have been to more than 1,650 educational institutions, and I've given the same story. I speak the same thing. I don't know law now. I don't know anything else about it and all. I explain it to them and what your future is going to be. Understand what this is. I got many more examples to give, touching examples and all. I don't think everybody will change. It will take its own time. But somebody should try, isn't it? I believe in the principle that ಪ್ರಯತ್ನ ಮಾಡುವುದು ನಮ್ಮ ಕರ್ತವ್ಯ, ಪ್ರತಿಫಲಕ್ಕೆ ಕಾಯುವುದಲ್ಲ. ಆ ಪ್ರಯತ್ನವನ್ನು ನಾನು ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದೇನೆ ನನ್ನ ವಯಸ್ಸಲ್ಲಿ. ಇವತ್ತು ಕೂಡ 83ನೇ ವಯಸ್ಸಲ್ಲಿ ಇದ್ದೇನೆ. I try that and I do this thing. Not for any return. Very often when small schools, government schools call me in different places, I go in my own car, and if it's necessary, I spy, because I get fabulous pension. And I have no kids. And I told manager, asked me about the kids. I said, I love kids and all, but I didn't bribe God for a kid and all. So I'm quite happy with life, because when I interact with the youth and somebody says, yes, you are right, I'll try to be what you want me to be and all. Oh, that's good enough for me. That's
One more thing, sir. I'm a firm believer of what goes around comes around. Okay, that's my firm belief. And today, if we had to interact and meet a person like you, who was in a dream for me, that's because of good karma. And if not for good karma, maybe I would have sitting with a Don in some other place and interacting with him. And that is the firm belief I have got. And one more thing is, like Subra Bhakti said so nicely in his speech, that there was crime, there was corruption, there was molestation, there was everything possible in that age. And there's one Krishna who came and changed the whole thing. So I think with so many Krishnas available, like we have got one person called Narsin Prabhu here, but there are so many people in the world, maybe a change is possible. That's my opinion, sir.
Doubt about it. But until you told me about karma, I was thinking it is because of my parents that what I am today. Now I like to say it is because of my parents' karma that what I am today and all. Thank you. So who's the next question?
I would, sure. ನಮಸ್ತೆ ಸರ್.
ನಮಸ್ಕಾರ.
ಸರ್, ಹಿಂದೆ ಒಬ್ಬ ರಕ್ತ ಬೀಜಾಸುರ, ಅವನು ಒಂದು ಹನಿ ರಕ್ತ ಬಿದ್ರೆ ಅವನ ತರನೇ ಅಷ್ಟೊಂದು ಜನ ರಕ್ತ ಬೀಜಾಸುರ ಆಗ್ತಿದ್ರು. ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಒಬ್ರು ಪ್ರಭುಜಿ, ಅವರು ಅಮೃತ ಬಿಂದು ಸುರ, ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಅಸುರ ಅಲ್ಲ, ಸುರ. ಅವರು ಏನ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದಾರೆ ಅಂದ್ರೆ, ಅವ್ರ ತರಾನೇ ಎಲ್ಲ ಪ್ರಭುಜಿಗಳನ್ನ ರೆಡಿ ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದಾರೆ. ಎಲ್ಲಾರಿಂದ ಅವರಿಂದ ಒಂದೊಂದು ಬಿಂದು ಈಗ ಇಷ್ಟೊಂದು ಜನ ರೆಡಿ ಆಗ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದಾರೆ. ಅವರ ಏಮ್ ಅದು, ಮುಂದೆ ಅವರು ಮುಂದೆ ಬಂದ ಎಲ್ಲ ಪ್ರಭುಜಿಗಳು ಅವ್ರ ತರಾನೇ ಅಮೃತ ಬಿಂದುಗಳನ್ನ ತಯಾರಿಸಿದ್ರೆ ಮುಂದೆ ಇದೆಲ್ಲ ಸರಿ ಹೋಗುವಂತ ಕನಸನ್ನ ನಾವು ಖಂಡಿತ ನೆನಸು ಮಾಡ್ತೀವಿ.
ನಿಜ, ಖಂಡಿತ. ಆದ್ರೆ ಪ್ರಭುಜಿಯವರ ಮಾತನ್ನ ಕೇಳ್ಕೊಂಡು ಅದನ್ನ ಜೇಬಲ್ಲಿ ಇಟ್ಕೊಂಡು ಇನ್ನೊಂದು ಕೈಯಲ್ಲಿ ತಗೊಂಡ್ರೆ ಮಾತ್ರ ಕಷ್ಟ ಆಗ್ತದೆ. ಪ್ರಯತ್ನ ಮಾಡ್ಬೇಕು ಎಲ್ರು, ಮಕ್ಕಳಲ್ಲಿ ಕೂಡ. ದುರಾಸೆ ಅನ್ನೋ ರೋಗ ಬರಬಾರ್ದು. ಎಷ್ಟಿದೆಯಾ ಅಷ್ಟರಲ್ಲೇ. ನಾನು just one explanation of this thing is that when I say contentment, it doesn't mean when you get a degree or a job, you become a sannyasi. No. Everybody must have an ambition, akanksha eldrallu irbeku, to become somebody big, to become somebody rich. Nothing is wrong in that. But within the four corners of law. ಇನ್ನೊಬ್ಬನ ಜೇಬಿ ಕೈಯಾಕೆಲ್ಲ, ಇನ್ನೊಬ್ಬನ ಹೊಟ್ಟೆ ಕಲ್ಲಾಕೆಲ್ಲ, ಕಾನೂನು ಚೌಕಟ್ಟಲ್ಲಿ ಎಷ್ಟು ಬೇಕಾದ್ರೂ ಮಾಡಿ ನೀವು ಶ್ರೀಮಂತರಾಗಿ ಗುರುಜಿಗಳ ಮಾತನ್ನ ದಿನಾ ನೆನಪಲ್ಲಿ ಇಟ್ಕೊಳ್ಳಿ, ಅದರ ಅರ್ಥ ಏನಂತ ತಿಳ್ಕೊಳ್ಳಿ. ಬರೀ ನಾನು ಮಾತ್ರ ನನ್ನ ಕುಟುಂಬ ಮಾತ್ರ ಅಲ್ಲ, ನಾವು ಅನ್ನೋ ಒಂದು ಮಾತು ಇರ್ತದೆ, ಎಲ್ಲ ಸರಿ ಹೋಗ್ತದೆ.
One last question. So there's this quote: power tends to corrupt, and absolute power corrupts absolutely. Many ambitious youth, they aspire to achieve something. They become a doctor, they become an engineer with this desire that they want to cure as many people as possible. They want to build nice places and hospitals for the society. They want to do good. But once they get there, what happens that changes their attitude towards their profession? And how can one avoid that?
At least that's why people like Prabhuji are trying to change the society. Take his advice, follow his things, understand it only, not only to swallow it, but to bring it back into your action in everyday life and all. That's when the whole life will change. I'm sure it will not, 100% change will not be there, because according to me, Asa and Durasa are creations of the Creator himself. He has left it to you to choose, so that ultimately you can see what sort of a person you are and all. So let us overcome this temptation of greed. At the same time, let me not think about myself and my family only. Let's think as the universe as one and all, to the extent possible. I'm not saying sacrifice all your life and forget your family, go on donating money to somebody else. No, they also deserve some reasonable life and all. But where you can, when it is more than the requirement, do expose or show your humanism, I think life will be much, much better. Thank you very much for listening.
Thank you so much, Santosh ji.
ನಮಸ್ತೆ ಸಂತೋಷ್ ಜಿ.
ನಮಸ್ತೆ.
ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಬಂದಿರುವಂತ ಎಲ್ಲ ಪೇರೆಂಟ್ಸ್ಗೂ ನೀವು ಏನ್ ಹೇಳಕ್ ಇಷ್ಟಪಡ್ತೀರಾ? ಒಂದು ಟು ಇರಾಡಿಕೇಟ್ ಕರಪ್ಷನ್ ಇನ್ ದ ಸೊಸೈಟಿ ಇರ್ಬೋದು, ಅಥವಾ how to bring up the child in in an ethical way, or what are the values that a parent should inculcate in the children, or anything that you would say to all the parents present here?
Madam, I just now mentioned, in the present day family system and all, a lot of things have disappeared from what it was available in the olden days and all. It is said parents are the first teachers. That system has changed very much today, I think, and all. Though I didn't suffer from that, because my parents, in spite of their work and all, they really taught us what we should do, and we have tried to follow it and all. I can tell you, one chief minister invited me to become the Lokayukta when, after my retirement in the Supreme Court, I was holding another job. Since I was from me and my wife, my wife is a Punjabi, but then she grew up here. Both wanted to come back to Bangalore. We left their job and came here. I was investigating illegal mining, and I found him also involved in that chief minister. So in my mining report, his name was there. When he came to know that his name was also there, he publicly said, "I'm not an honest person. I made a mistake of bringing him here. My night life should be audited," is what he's told a press wala. So that press wala came to me. I said, "Yeah, that's his way and all. I have put all my assets and liabilities. I'm the only Lokayukta till date who has put all his assets and liabilities in the Lokayukta website. Nobody before me or after me has done it at all." So I said, my property, assets and everything is in the thing. Please look into it. Coming to nightlife, I said, I go to office at 10 o'clock till 6 o'clock. I'm in the office. Then I get invitation to speak. I go there. If I have nothing else to do, I go to club also. But when it becomes dark, I said, I go straight to my house. The whole world, I have only one apartment, not even a house. I've been holding many posts and all, but I have only one apartment in the world. Then I also publicly said, then it was 47 years, 3 years, now it's 52 years. I have only one wife, I said. So I don't care. My life is an open book. What am I trying to say is that if you can follow what you are supposed to learn and you have learned,
then things will be much, much better. We learn it, but we try to find a way out, how to get out of that. That's the whole problem with the society today, because you are respected, the thing. Therefore, you follow these just two values, contentment and humanism. I think you deserve to be called a human being and what you have contributed to the society. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Santosh ji, for answering all of our questions. I know many of you want to ask so many more questions, but we will definitely plan another session, and I hope Santosh ji will keep coming. And for sure, at that time, he will definitely answer your questions. Thank you so much, Santosh ji, once again. Now I hand it over to Sriram.
Thank you so much. We cannot thank you enough, Santosh ji. It is the words of and the experience of elders and the words of wise people like Sri Prabhuji and yourself, and the energy of the youth that we have is what builds iLeaders. So thank you so much. Now we have another very inspiring personality with us, none other than Atma Jyoti Maitreyi Amma, who we would like to honor on this auspicious occasion, Gita Jayanti 2022, which is dedicated to her name. So I would like to invite Vijay ji to say a few words and Guruji to honor her.
ನಮಸ್ಕಾರ ಮೈತ್ರಿಯಮ್ಮ. ಮೈತ್ರಿಯಮ್ಮ ಅವರಿಗೆ ಆತ್ಮೀಯವಾಗಿರೋದು ಕನ್ನಡ. ಸೊ ನನಗೆ ಬರೋ ಕನ್ನಡದಲ್ಲಿ ನಾನು ಒಂದಷ್ಟು ಅವ್ರ ಬಗ್ಗೆ ಹೇಳಲಿಕ್ಕೆ ಇಷ್ಟಪಡ್ತೇನೆ. ಸೊ ಮೈತ್ರಿಯಮ್ಮ ಅವ್ರ ಪರಿಚಯ ಆಗಿದ್ದು ನನಗೆ ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಈ ಸತ್ಸಂಗದಲ್ಲಿ ಅದ್ಭುತವಾಗಿರೋ ಜನಗಳ ಪರಿಚಯ ಆಗತ್ತೆ. ಅಂಥವ್ರಲ್ಲಿ ಒಬ್ರು ಮೈತ್ರಿಯಮ್ಮ. ಅವ್ರ ಜೀವನ ನೋಡಿ, ಈಗ ನೀವೆಲ್ಲರೂ ಗೀತಾ ಸಂದೇಶದಲ್ಲಿ ನೋಡಿದ್ದೀರಾ ಅವ್ರ ಜೀವನದ ಬಗ್ಗೆ. ಅವ್ರ ಜೊತೆ ನಾವು ಒಂದು ಸಂದರ್ಶನ ಮಾಡಿದ್ವಿ. ಆ ಸಂದರ್ಶನದಲ್ಲಿ ಅವರು ಬಹಳ ಹೃದಯ ತೆರೆದು ಎಲ್ಲ ಎಷ್ಟೊಂದು ಅವ್ರದ್ದು ಜೀವನದ ಘಟನೆಗಳನ್ನ ಅನುಭವಗಳನ್ನೆಲ್ಲ ಹೇಳಿದ್ರು. ಒಂದು ಸಾಮಾನ್ಯ ಗೃಹಿಣಿ, ಒಂದು ಮನೆಯಲ್ಲಿ ಇರುವಂತ ಗೃಹಿಣಿ, ಆದ್ರೆ ಇವತ್ತು ಅವರ ಹೆಸರನ್ನ ಹೇಳ್ಕೊಂಡು ಎಷ್ಟೊಂದು ಸಾವಿರಾರು ಜನಗಳು ಅವ್ರ ಮನೆಯಲ್ಲಿ ಅವ್ರಿಗೆ ನಮಸ್ಕಾರ ಮಾಡ್ತಾರೆ. ಅದು ಸಾಮಾನ್ಯವಾದ ಸಾಧನೆ ಅಲ್ಲ. ಖಂಡಿತ ಯಾವಾಗ್ಲೂ ಹೇಳ್ತಾರಲ್ಲ, ಕೀಲಿ ಇರ್ಬೇಕು, ಆದ್ರೆ ಸರ್ ಹೇಳಿದ್ರಲ್ಲ ಈಗ ತಾನೆ, ಅವ್ರು ಹೇಳಿದ್ಮೇಲೆ ಅದನ್ನ ಜೇಬ್ನಲ್ಲಿ ಇಟ್ಕೊಂಡು ಮನೆಗೆ ಹೋದ್ರೆ ಏನಾಗತ್ತೆ? ಅದನ್ನ ಉಪಯೋಗ ಮಾಡ್ಬೇಕಲ್ಲ, ಅದನ್ನ ಮಾಡೋದನ್ನ ತೋರಿಸಿದಿರ ತಾವು. ಸೊ ಹಾಗಾಗಿ ಸೊ ಅಂತಹ ಒಂದು ಮಹಾನ್ ಚೇತನ ಇವರು ಇವಾಗ ಮುಂದೆ ಬಹಳ ಉನ್ನತವಾಗಿರೋ ಒಂದು ಆದರ್ಶಗಳನ್ನ ಯೋಜನೆಗಳನ್ನ ಮಾಡಿದ್ದಾರೆ, ಗೀತಾ ಜ್ಯೋತಿನ ಹೇಗೆ ಮುಂದಕ್ಕೆ ತಗೊಂಡೋಗ್ಬೇಕು ಅಂತ. ಬಟ್ ಅದಕ್ಕಿಂತ ಮುಂಚೆ ಇದು ನಮ್ಮ ಸೌಭಾಗ್ಯ, ಅವ್ರನ್ನ ಇವತ್ತು ನಾವು ಒಂದು ಪ್ರಭುಜಿಯವ್ರ ಮೂಲಕ ಅವ್ರಿಗೆ ಆದರಣೆ ತೋರಿಸ್ಲಿಕ್ಕೆ. ಪ್ರಭುಜಿ.
Maitreyi has done tremendous amount of work in spreading the message of Bhagavad Gita, transforming the life of people. It's our honor to recognize, respect the inspiration and leadership she has provided. We pray to God to give her many more years of good life so that many more people will get benefit from her service. Jai Ho Maitreyi ji ki.
ಈಗ ಅಮ್ಮನಿಂದ ಒಂದೆರಡು ಮಾತನ್ನ ಕೇಳೋಣ. ಮೈತ್ರಿ ಅಮ್ಮ.
ಶ್ರೀಯುತ ಸಂತೋಷ್ ಹೆಗ್ಡೆ ಅವರೇ, ನಮ್ಮ ಪರಮ ಪೂಜ್ಯ, ನನ್ನ ಪ್ರೀತಿಯ
ಗುರೂಜಿಯವರೇ ಮತ್ತು ಪುಟಾಣಿಗಳೇ ಮತ್ತು ಎಲ್ಲ ಪೋಷಕರೇ, ನಿಮ್ಮೆಲ್ಲರಿಗೂ ನನ್ನ ಸಾಷ್ಟಾಂಗ ಪ್ರಣಾಮಗಳು. ನಾನಿವತ್ತಿನ ದಿವಸ ಇಲ್ಲಿ ನಿಲ್ತೀನಿ ಅನ್ನೋದು ನಾನು ಭಗವದ್ಗೀತೆ ಹೇಳಕ್ಕೆ ಶುರು ಮಾಡಿದಾಗ ಯಾವತ್ತೂ ಅನ್ಕೊಂಡಿರ್ಲಿಲ್ಲ. 14 ವರ್ಷ ಹೇಗ್ ಹೋಯ್ತು ಅನ್ನೋದು ನನಗೆ ಗೊತ್ತಾಗ್ಲಿಲ್ಲ. ನಂದು ಒಂದೇ ಇದ್ದಿದ್ದು, ಕೀಲಿ ತಿರುಗಿಸುವಂತ ಪರಮಾತ್ಮ ಕೀಲಿ ತಿರುಗಿಸಿದ್ರು, ನೀನು ಗೊತ್ತಿರೋದು ಭಗವದ್ಗೀತೆ ಹೇಳ್ಕೊಂಡು ಹೋಗು ಅಂತ. ಅವತ್ತಿನಿಂದ ಶುರು ಮಾಡಿದ್ದು ಇವತ್ತಿನವರೆಗೂ ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದೀನಿ. ಇನ್ನೂ ಆಳವಾದ ಅಧ್ಯಯನ ಭಗವದ್ಗೀತೆಯಲ್ಲಿ ಮಾಡ್ಬೇಕು ಅನ್ನೋಂತ ಒಂದು ಆಸೆ ಇದೆ. ಕರಪ್ಷನ್ ಅನ್ನೋದು ಸಿಕ್ಕಾಪಟ್ಟೆ ಇದೆ. ನಾವು ಎಲ್ಲರೂ ಅದಕ್ಕೆ ಸಿಕ್ಕಾಕೊಂಡ್ಬಿಟ್ಟಿರ್ತೀವಿ. ಏನ್ ಮಾಡೋದು ಅಂತ ಗೊತ್ತಾಗಲ್ಲ. ಇದನ್ನೆಲ್ಲ ಸಂತೋಷ್ ಜಿ ಅವರು ಇದನ್ನು ಹೇಳಿದ್ರು. ನನಗೆ ಒಂದ್ ಅನ್ಸತ್ತೆ, ಮಕ್ಕಳಲ್ಲಿ ನಾವು ಭಗವದ್ಗೀತೆ ಅನ್ನುವ ಒಂದು 4 ಶ್ಲೋಕವನ್ನ ಬಿತ್ತಿದ್ರೆ ಸಾಕು, ಅದು ನಿಧಾನವಾಗಿ ಹೆಮ್ಮರವಾಗತ್ತೆ. ಯಾವುದೇ ಅನ್ಯಾಯವನ್ನ ಮಾಡೋದಿಕ್ಕೆ ಅದು ಬಿಡೋದಿಲ್ಲ, ಒಳಗಡೆಯಿಂದ ಕುಕ್ಕತ್ತೆ. ನೀನ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಿರೋ ತಪ್ಪು ಅನ್ನೋದನ್ನ ಹೇಳ್ಕೊಡತ್ತೆ. ಆದ್ರಿಂದ ನಾನು ಎಲ್ಲ ಸ್ಕೂಲ್ಗಳಲ್ಲಿ, ಅದು ಗವರ್ಮೆಂಟ್ ಸ್ಕೂಲ್ಗಳಲ್ಲಿ ಮಕ್ಕಳು ಬಡತನದಲ್ಲಿ ಇರ್ತಾರೆ, ಅಂಥವ್ರಿಗೆ ಯಾವುದೋ ಒಂದು ಅವಕಾಶ ಸಿಕ್ಕಿ ದೊಡ್ಡ ಹುದ್ದೆ ಹೋದಾಗ ಆಸೆಯಿಂದ ಹೇಳ್ದಾಗೆ ಲಂಚ ತಗೊಳ್ಳುವಂಥದ್ದಾಗ್ಬೋದು. ಆದ್ರೆ ಈ ಭಗವದ್ಗೀತೆ ಅನ್ನೋದೇನ್ ಮಾಡತ್ತೆ, ಅವ್ರನ್ನ ಹಿಂದಕ್ಕೆ ಎಳೆಯತ್ತೆ. ಅವ್ರು ಯಾವುದೇ ಅನ್ಯಾಯವನ್ನ ಮಾಡೋದಕ್ಕೆ ಬಿಡೋದಿಲ್ಲ. ಯಾಕೆ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ನಾನು ಸ್ಲಮ್ ಮಕ್ಕಳಿಗೆ ಭಗವದ್ಗೀತೆ ಹೇಳಿದ್ದೀನಿ. ಇವತ್ತಿನ ದಿವಸ ಆ ಮಕ್ಕಳು ತುಂಬಾ ಒಳ್ಳೆ ಹುದ್ದೆಗಳಲ್ಲಿದ್ದಾರೆ. ಇವತ್ತಿನ ಮನೆಯಲ್ಲಿ ದಿನಾ ಭಗವದ್ಗೀತೆಯನ್ನ ಓದಿ ನಂತರ ಮುಂದಕ್ಕೆ ಕೆಲಸ ಮಾಡ್ತಾರೆ. ಆ ಮಕ್ಕಳು ಹೇಗೆ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಅವ್ರಿಗೆ ಒಂದು ಸಣ್ಣ ಶ್ಲೋಕವು ಬರುವಂಥದ್ದು ಇರ್ಲಿಲ್ಲ. ಅಂತ ಮಕ್ಕಳನ್ನ ನಾನು ಸುಮಾರು 35ರಿಂದ 40 ಮಕ್ಕಳು ನನಗೆ ಸ್ಲಮ್ ಮಕ್ಕಳು ಸಿಕ್ಕಿದ್ರು. ಈಗ ಆಯ್ತು ಒಂದು 12-13 ವರ್ಷದ ಹಿಂದೆ ನಾನು ಹೇಳ್ಕೊಟ್ಟಿರೋವಂಥದ್ದು. ಆ ಮಕ್ಕಳುಗಳು ಈಗಲೂ ಕೂಡ ಸಿಕ್ಕಿದ್ರೆ ನನಗೆ ಗುರುವಿನ ಸ್ಥಾನವನ್ನ ಕೊಟ್ಟಿದ್ದಾರೆ. ಒಂದು ಏನ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದೀವಿ ನಾವು ಅನ್ನೋದನ್ನ ಹೇಳ್ತಾರೆ. ಹೀಗಿರೋದ್ರಿಂದ ನನಗೆ ಅನ್ಸೋದೇನು ಅಂದ್ರೆ, ಕರಪ್ಷನ್ನ ಒಂದಷ್ಟು ಮಟ್ಟಿಗೆ ತೆಗಿಯಕ್ಕಾದ್ರೂ ಭಗವದ್ಗೀತೆ ಖಂಡಿತವಾಗ್ಲೂ ಸಹಾಯ ಮಾಡುತ್ತೆ. ಆ ಶ್ಲೋಕಗಳನ್ನ ಹೃದಯದಲ್ಲಿ ಬಿತ್ತುವಂತ ಕೆಲಸ ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಏನು ಗೀತಾ ಕೋಆರ್ಡಿನೇಟರ್ಸ್ ಇದ್ದಾರೆ ಅವ್ರು ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಹೋಗ್ಬೇಕು. ನಾವು ಮಾಡೋದು ಸ್ವಲ್ಪವೇ ಕೆಲಸ, ಆದರೆ ಅದು ದೇಶವೂ ಕೂಡ ಉದ್ಧಾರವಾಗುವಂತ ಕೆಲಸ ಆಗಿದೆ. ಇದು ನಾನು ಖಂಡಿತವಾಗ್ಲೂ ಹೇಳ್ತೀನಿ. ಇಂದಲ್ಲ ನಾಳೆ, ಇನ್ನೊಂದು 25 ವರ್ಷ ಆದ್ಮೇಲೆ ಆದ್ರೂ ದೇಶದಲ್ಲಿ ಕರಪ್ಷನ್ ಅನ್ನೋದು ಕಡಿಮೆ ಆಗತ್ತೆ. ಯಾಕೆ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಭಗವದ್ಗೀತೆ ಶಕ್ತಿ, ಆ ಶಕ್ತಿಯನ್ನ ನಮ್ಗೆ ಕೊಡ್ತಾ ಹೋಗುತ್ತೆ. ಒಂದು ಸಣ್ಣ ಸುಳ್ಳು ಹೇಳಕ್ಕೂ ಕೂಡ ಅವಕಾಶ ಮಾಡಲ್ಲ, ಒಳಗಡೆಯಿಂದ ಹೇಳತ್ತೆ. ಭಗವದ್ಗೀತೆ ಕೂತ್ಬಿಟ್ಟಿರುತ್ತೆ ನಮ್ಮ ಎದೆಯಲ್ಲಿ. ಯಾಕೆ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಇದು ನನ್ನ ಎಕ್ಸ್ಪೀರಿಯನ್ಸ್. ಈಗ ಎಲ್ಲಾ ಟೀಚರ್ಸ್ ಆಗಿರೋಂಥವ್ರದ್ದು ಈ ತರ ಎಕ್ಸ್ಪೀರಿಯನ್ಸ್ ಬೇಕಾದಷ್ಟು ಇದ್ದೇ ಇರುತ್ತೆ. ಆದ್ರಿಂದ ನಾನು ಕರಪ್ಷನ್ ಕಡಿಮೆ ಮಾಡಕ್ಕೂ ಕೂಡ ಭಗವದ್ಗೀತೆ ಶಕ್ತಿ ಕೊಡುತ್ತೆ. ಈಗ ನಮ್ಮ ಪ್ರೇರಣಾ ಹೇಗೆ 6th ಸೆನ್ಸ್ನ ಇದನ್ನ ಮಾಡಕ್ಕೆ ಪ್ರಚೋದಿಸುವಂಥದ್ದು. ಅವಳು ಮಾಡಿದ್ದು, ಕಣ್ ಕಟ್ಕೊಂಡ್ಲು, ಕಲರ್ಸ್ ಹೇಳಿದ್ಲು, ನೋಟಿನ ಇದನ್ನ ಹೇಳಿದ್ಲು. ಆತರ 6th ಸೆನ್ಸ್ ಜಾಸ್ತಿ ಆಗ್ತಾ ಹೋಗತ್ತೆ. ಭಗವದ್ಗೀತೆಯಲ್ಲಿ ಇಂಥದ್ದು ಆಗಲ್ಲ ಅಂತ ಇಲ್ಲ, ಎಲ್ಲವೂ ಕೂಡ ಆಗತ್ತೆ. ನಾನು ತುಂಬಾ ಸಾಮಾನ್ಯವಾಗಿ ಯಾವುದೋ ಒಂದು ಹಳ್ಳಿಲಿ ಹುಟ್ಟಿ ಬೆಳೆದು ಕಷ್ಟಗಳನ್ನ ನೋಡ್ಕೊಂಡು ಬಂದಂಥವಳು. ಮನೆಯಲ್ಲಿ ನನಗೆ 5 ವರ್ಷ ವಯಸ್ಸಿನಿಂದ ಭಗವದ್ಗೀತೆಯ ಪಾಠ ಆಯ್ತು. ನನ್ನ ದೊಡ್ಡ ಅಕ್ಕ, ಇವತ್ತಿನ ದಿವಸ ಅವಳನ್ನ ಜ್ಞಾಪಿಸ್ಕೋಬೇಕು. ಅವಳು ಹಾಕಿದಂತ ಒಂದು ಬೀಜ ಮೊಳಕೆ ಒಡೆದು ಇವತ್ತಿನ ದಿವಸ ಅದು ಬಂದು ಗುರೂಜಿ ಮನೆ ಅಂಗಳದಲ್ಲಿ ಬಿತ್ತು. ಅದಕ್ಕೆ ಪೋಷಣೆ ಮಾಡಿದಂಥವ್ರು ಗುರೂಜಿ. ಅದು ಇವತ್ತಿನ ದಿವಸ ಹೆಮ್ಮರವಾಗಿ ಬೆಳೆದಿದೆ. ನಾನು ಅದನ್ನ ಅವ್ರಿಗೆ ಚಿರಋಣಿ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಕ್ಕೆ ಇಷ್ಟಪಡ್ತೀನಿ. ಇಲ್ಲಿ ನಾನೇನು ಮಾಡ್ಲಿಲ್ಲ, ಅದಾಗ್ತಾ ಹೋಯ್ತು ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿ ನನ್ಗೆ ಅನ್ಸತ್ತೆ. ನೀವೇ ಎಲ್ಲರಿಗೂ ಗುರುಜಿ ಯಾವಾಗ್ಲೂ ಒಂದ್ ಮಂತ್ರ ಹೇಳ್ಕೊಡ್ತಾರೆ. ನಾನೆಂಬುದು ನಾನಲ್ಲ, ಈ ದೇಹ ಮನ ಬುದ್ಧಿ ನಾನಲ್ಲ, ಸಚಿದಾನಂದ ಆತ್ಮ ಶಿವನಾನು ನಾನೇ, ಶಿವೋಹಂ ಶಿವೋಹಂ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿ. ಆ ಪರಮಾತ್ಮ ನಿಮ್ಮಲ್ಲಿದ್ದು ಎಲ್ಲವದನ್ನು ನಡೆಸ್ತಾನೆ. ನಾವೊಂದು ಬರೀ ವಾಹನ ಆಗ್ತೀವಿ. ಅದರ ಅರಿವನ್ನ ನನಗೆ ಗುರುಜಿಯವ್ರು ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಟ್ರು. ತುಂಬಾ ಸುಂದರವಾದ ಅನುಭವಗಳಾಗಿದೆ ನನಗೆ. ಎಷ್ಟೋ ನಾನು ನನ್ನ ಇಂಟರ್ವ್ಯೂನಲ್ಲಿ ಹೇಳಿದ್ದೀನಿ, ನೀವೆಲ್ಲ ನೋಡಿದ್ದೀರಾ. ನಾನು ಇನ್ನೇನು ಹೇಳೋದಿಕ್ಕೆ ಇಷ್ಟಪಡಲ್ಲ. ಹೆಚ್ಚು ನೀವು ಯಾರು ಟೀಚರ್ಸ್ ಇದ್ದೀರಾ ಭಗವದ್ಗೀತೆ ಅವರು, ನೀವು ಮತ್ತೆ ಮತ್ತೆ ಟೀಚರ್ಸ್ಗಳನ್ನ ಉತ್ಪಾದನೆ ಮಾಡ್ಬೇಕು. ನೀವು ಹೇಳ್ಕೊಡ್ಬೇಕು, ಹೇಳ್ಕೊಡುವಾಗ್ಲೇನೆ ಸಂಕಲ್ಪ ಮಾಡಿಸ್ಬಿಡ್ಬೇಕು. ಏನು, ನೀನು ಕಲಿತಾ ಇರುವಂತಹ ಭಗವದ್ಗೀತೆಯನ್ನ 10 ಜನಕ್ಕಾದ್ರೂ ಹೇಳ್ಕೊಡ್ತೀನಿ ಅಂತ. 10 ಜನ 100 ಜನ ಆಗತ್ತೆ, 100,000 ಆಗತ್ತೆ. ಈಗ ನಮ್ಮ ಏರಿಯಾದಲ್ಲಿ ನಾನಿರೋದು ಮತ್ತಿಕೆರೆ, ನಾನು ಆ ಕಡೆ ಮತ್ತು ಈ ಕಡೆ ತಗೊಂಡು Y to Y ಅಂತ, ಅದು ಯಶವಂತಪುರ ಟು ಯಲಹಂಕ, ಅದಷ್ಟು ಜಾಗದಲ್ಲಿ ಭಗವದ್ಗೀತೆಯನ್ನ ಹರಡ್ಬೇಕು ಅನ್ನುವಂತ ಒಂದು ಮಹತ್ವಾಕಾಂಕ್ಷೆ ಇಟ್ಕೊಂಡಿರೋಂಥ. ನಿಮ್ಮ ಏರಿಯಾದಲ್ಲಿ ನಾನು ಎಲ್ಲ ಟೀಚರ್ಸ್ ಹೇಳೋದಿಷ್ಟೇ, ನಿಮ್ಮ ಏರಿಯಾದಲ್ಲಿ ಇರುವಂತ ಗೌರ್ಮೆಂಟ್ ಸ್ಕೂಲ್ಗಳನ್ನ ಹೋಗಿ ಕೇಳಿ, ಖಂಡಿತವಾಗ್ಲೂ ಅವಕಾಶ ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಡ್ತಾರೆ. ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಹೇಳಿ, ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಮಕ್ಕಳಿಗೆ ತುಂಬಾ ಅವಶ್ಯಕತೆ ಇದೆ ಭಗವದ್ಗೀತೆಯದು. ಆಗ ಏನಾಗತ್ತೆ, ಅವ್ರು ತುಂಬಾನೇ ಖುಷಿ ಪಡ್ತಾರೆ. ಯಾಕೆಂದ್ರೆ ಆ ಮಕ್ಕಳನ್ನ ಕಂಟ್ರೋಲ್ ಮಾಡೋದೇ ಕಷ್ಟ. ಭಗವದ್ಗೀತೆಯನ್ನ ಮತ್ತು ಭಜನೆಗಳನ್ನ ಹೇಳ್ಕೊಟ್ಟಾಗ ಮಕ್ಕಳು ಅಟ್ರಾಕ್ಟ್ ಆಗ್ತಾರೆ. ಕಥೆಗಳನ್ನ ಹೇಳಿ ಈ ತರ ಮಾಡಿದಾಗ ಮಕ್ಕಳು ಅಟ್ರಾಕ್ಟ್ ಆಗ್ತಾರೆ. ನಂತರ ಭಗವದ್ಗೀತೆಯನ್ನ ನಾವು ಹೇಳ್ಕೊತಾ ಹೋಗ್ಬೋದು. ಕಡೆ ಪೀರಿಯಡ್ ನ ಎಲ್ಲಾ ಗೌರ್ಮೆಂಟ್ ಸ್ಕೂಲಲ್ಲೂ ಕೊಡ್ತಾರೆ. ಯಾಕೆ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ನಾನು ಸುಮಾರು ಗೌರ್ಮೆಂಟ್ ಸ್ಕೂಲ್ಗಳಲ್ಲಿ ಮಾಡಿದ್ದೀನಿ. ಆ ಎಕ್ಸ್ಪೀರಿಯನ್ಸ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ನಾನು ನಿಮ್ಗೆ ಹೇಳ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದೀನಿ. ಇನ್ನೇನು ನನಗೆ ಹೇಳಕ್ಕೆ ಉಳ್ದಿಲ್ಲ. ನನಗೆ ಒಂದು ಒಳ್ಳೆ ಅವಕಾಶ ಕೊಟ್ಟಂತ ಗುರೂಜಿ ಅವ್ರಿಗೂ ಮತ್ತೆ ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಇಲ್ಲ ಸೇರಿರೋಂಥವ್ರಿಗೂ ಧನ್ಯವಾದಗಳನ್ನ ಹೇಳ್ತಾ ನನ್ನ ಮಾತು ಮುಗಿಸ್ತೀನಿ.
I would like to thank Maitreji for her very wise and inspiring words, especially for the youngsters sitting here. Okay, and okay, so now for the most awaited part of the event, I would like to invite Sadguru Sri Prabhuji, Krishna himself, to speak about his own song, the Gita, on Gita Jayanti. Please.
Let us all chant Omkara together 3 times. My pranams to all Atma Jyotis, divine light of the self. My respectful pranams to Santosh ji for coming here and addressing all our youngsters and the parents with words of wisdom. He shared his experience experience of corruption, experience of difficulties people are facing. No doubt all of us come through that experience because we are also brought up in a middle class, lower middle class families. But we are brought up with the values. And that value has taken us where we are today. What we recognized is that we have to give our youngsters, children, those values at a young age. And that's why we created a program called I Leaders, which means integrated leadership. So children are given various cultural, spiritual inputs in the form of stories, acting, drama, and many ways, small activities where they imbibe the values in life. And as they grow up, they become powerful leaders. We want spiritual leaders who are well-versed in spirituality, whose feet are grounded and head is in the sky. Vision, higher vision, but well-grounded in the spiritual values of Sanatana Dharma. Those leaders we want to create. That's where we have I Leader program. And many youngsters, sir, it's fortunate that we have many youngsters who are brilliant, who have a, what I call as extraordinary abilities, are a part of this group. And due to the grace of God, this group is growing like anything. To share with you what is our journey. I started the Light of the Self Foundation to share the spiritual values. Atma Satsang it is called. Spiritual values with my neighbors. In a small way, we started. Just 2 people. Today, after 25 years, it has grown into a large organization with hundreds of volunteers and thousands of participants in different countries. All that I can say, it is the grace of Bhagavan, the Lord. When we trust in God and when we work for God, our life will change. And the life of everybody who come in contact with us will change. That's what we have seen through our own eyes. I started Light of Self Atma Satsang in 2025. It grows slowly, word of mouth. This whole organization, beauty of this organization is there is not 1 rupee, there's no fees here. There's no money transaction here. People come here, they learn something, and what they learn, they share with others. The money is the one aspect which is not there in this organization. And other thing which is not there is not, we don't have a building, we don't have infrastructure. It all works from homes. People put their own money, effort, and build this. It is a self-effort. We don't ask for money, and we don't have a land, infrastructure, building, ashram, nothing. Our vision is Ghar Ghar Gurukul. Every house has to become a Gurukul. Every house the spiritual teaching has to go. And Man Mandir. Every mind has to become divine. Here we don't have any full-time staff also, sir. There's no people, there's no working people. There's nobody who works here, including me. All of us are volunteers and we give our service. And why do we give service? Because we believe the divinity in all human beings. We see God in all human beings. Our service is to see God in all human beings. With that vision, what we call as Atmano Mokshartham Jagaditaya. Self-realization and selfless service is our way. So that way, we are trying to inculcate values in us and values in children. Especially in the children, if you give the values, they will grow into a large tree. And that tree will shelter hundreds of people. And many leaders from this organization will come. They are called I leaders. And they will take the vision of Atmano Mokshartham Jagaditaya, self-realization, selfless service, and spread throughout the world. So No doubt, today there is a corruption, sir. But we see a vision where many powerful leaders will emerge who have the ability to change the world. We are inspired by your life, and Lokayukta, Chief Justice of India, and many forums, you have tried to uphold dharma. Your inspiration motivates us. We want to bring these values in the children. You have lived a life of dharma. That's what Sri Krishna taught us. And that's where this organization is teaching the value of dharma, putting that value of dharma in all of us. And when we have Sri Krishna in our life, when we have dharma in our life, we can face any situation and we can bring peace and harmony in the society. That's our belief, sir. I'll just tell you how this organization started, how this Gita Jyoti Satsang started. Atma Jyoti Satsang started 25 years back because my neighbor started coming and started listening to my teachings. It grew slowly, it started growing by word of mouth. We don't have marketing, we don't have advertisement, we don't have money. It's all word of mouth. It's all one person getting benefit and telling other person. In 2003, one of my friends, Arjunji, sir. So Arjun, he is my friend. He came. Only parallel I'm saying is Sri Krishna also has Arjun, and we also Arjun. So Arjun he came because he has a disturbed, mind was disturbed because of corporate life, because of family, he was disturbed. He invited me to come to house and teach something. So then what should I teach? I thought teaching a Bhagavad Gita can help. So I started teaching a Bhagavad Gita, and he invited his neighbors. And gradually, this started growing. So for Krishna, Arjuna was the seed. Krishna gave Arjuna. For me also, to teach Bhagavad Gita, Arjuna has come in the life. And what started as a small activity, what I found, the Bhagavad Gita removed his suffering. Bhagavad Gita removed the problems removed the mental disturbance which he had, started giving peace. Oh, then I realized Bhagavad Gita brings peace. And that many people who started coming to classes started feeling it. In that way, from one person to other person, one person to other person, one person to other person started spreading. Many people started finding peace in life, courage in life, strength in life. Otherwise, life is a suffering. From that suffering, they started coming out. That's what motivated us to spread this. Gradually, this whole activity started growing. Then Maitreyi came. Maitreyi came in 2008 or so. She is an ordinary housewife. She has not spoken public speaking in her life. She wanted to do some service. I told Maitreyi, why don't you do Bhagavad Gita teachings? You know Bhagavad Gita sloka. She, ordinary housewife, she said, I will do it. Then first time in 2008, we did a Bhagavad Gita Jayanti celebration in her house. Hardly 10 people were there. So now, 2009 to 2022, it has spread large. You have to imagine from 1% to 2% to 10% to thousands of people. And this is all because of grace of Bhagavan. That's why Sri Krishna says in Bhagavad Gita, Yatra Yogeshwara Krishna, Yatra Partho Dhanurdhara, Tatta Shri Vijayor Bhuti, Dhruva Nitir Matir Mama. If you have Sri Krishna in your life and you become Arjuna, one who follows Krishna, then you have success in life. You will have never failure. Whatever you do, it will start becoming successful. Having Sri Krishna in our life means having Bhagavad Gita in our life. Message of Bhagavad Gita. We have to take the message of Bhagavad Gita in our life, message of Sri Krishna in our life, and we have to become Arjuna. We have to apply that message in our life. Then our life will be beautiful. This is our experience. And we are sharing this because we got benefit from this. We all of you want to get benefit. That's the message. There's a shloka in Bhagavad Gita. Mukam karoti vachalam pangum langayate girim yat krapa tamaham vande paramananda madhavam. So one who cannot speak starts speaking. One who cannot walk starts walking. This is what we have seen in Bhagavad Gita. Where is Maitreyi ji? Up to the age of 52, she doesn't speak publicly. Now, when she speaks, hundreds of people listen. Mukam karoti vachalam. People call her Akka. People call her Amma. The way she has brought transformation in the life of people, can you imagine somebody who has not opened her mouth in the public for 50 years of life started talking? That's called Mukam Karoti Vachalam. And because of the grace of God, Yat Krapa Tamam Vande Paramananda Madhavam. And Pangum Langayate Girim. The one who has no legs will start jumping the mountain. Don't think that it's an allegory. We are ordinary people. I am just an ordinary person, ordinary householder. Maitreyi is an ordinary housewife. Vijayji is an ordinary person. All of us, ordinary persons. Together we have become extraordinary. It has spread the message of love. It is not because of us. It is because of the grace of Bhagavan, Shri Krishna. Yat krapa tamaham vande paramananda madhavam. Ordinary becomes extraordinary. Can you imagine with 0 rupee, no money, no land, no infrastructure, the message of Bhagavad Gita goes to thousands of people? It's not because of Prabhuji, it's not because of Maitreyi ji, it's not because of Vijayji. It is because Bhagavan Sri Krishna speaking through our tongues, seeing through our eyes, hearing through our ears, and driving our life. So we are very grateful to Bhagavan Krishna to give us this opportunity and showing us the grace so that all of us who are called ordinary, extraordinary things can happen from all of us. Because I interact with so many people, I've seen this happening in the lives of people every day. It's not one day. Every day, I'm seeing the life transformation that happens when the message of Bhagavad Gita touches the person. Last year, we celebrated the the inspiring work of Sri Kunni Krishnan. He is from Kerala. Okay. He was not 65, he was 70-year-old man. When he say, I have my friend called I have a student called Padmalochan who said, in our village, near our village in Kerala, nobody has heard of Bhagavad Gita. Forget about knowing Bhagavad Gita. They have not heard of Bhagavad Gita. Can we do something about Bhagavad Gita in this our place? So then, what we thought, we'll start some Bhagavad Gita, but there's a challenge there. Who is there? Because Padmalochan and I we are working in a corporate world here, Bangalore. How to do something in Kerala? It is a challenge for us. I was invited to a lecture for Bhagavad Gita lecture in temple in Kanjangad, Kerala. So this old man, 70-year-old man, his own physical health issues are there. He comes to me to the Kanjangad from a place 150 kilometers away from Kanjangad. He says, I want to spread the message of Bhagavad Gita near our village. Then he says, I have a big challenge there. I have a big problem. The system of social and political system here does not support Bhagavad Gita or any teaching. People oppose it. Then he said, another challenge I have. The people of other religion, when they want to teach something from their religion, they are paid salaries from the government. Whereas if you want to teach Bhagavad Gita, nobody gives a salary, no money is there. So they are given pension and they are given some monthly pay for teaching their religion. For we are not given anything. And social system around does not support. If somebody starts teaching Bhagavad Gita or anything related to dharma, there'll be problem because of political and social system. So then I asked him, when somebody gives a salary to you, whom do you work for? When somebody gives a salary to you, I work for the boss. Who is the boss? When the government gives the salary, government is the boss. Government takes care of you. But if you teach Bhagavad Gita, if you learn Bhagavad Gita, whom do you work for? I work for Sri Krishna. Then I told him, Sri Krishna will take care of you. That's all. Then I went inside for the lecture. And we had taken about 2,000 Bhagavad Gita books in a gunny bag, this size. I gave it to him. When you start Bhagavad Gita classes there, we'll distribute it. Because people don't have Bhagavad Gita books also. So this old man was sitting outside. He has a big challenge of carrying that big bag, must be about 30, 40 kgs. How to carry this? He's old. Then somebody comes in the car. Do you want to go to bus stand? I will take it. He takes the gunny bag, puts in the car and drops in the bus stand. But he has a bigger challenge there. From that Kanjangarh to his village, he has to change 3 buses. And every time when you change the bus, you have to take the bag, put it in the top of the bus and get it down. And every time he does, the coolie will be charged of 500 rupees. 500 up, 500 down. 3 times he didn't have the money in the pocket. To his surprise, when the car stopped there, a bus came. So from that Kanjangarh to that place, 3 buses is the norm. But only 1 bus is there in 24 hours, which will go straight from that place to other place. It is a direct bus. Fortunately for him, the direct bus came. So his friend came out, friend was sitting in the bus. Oh, you want to go to our place? See, he took the gunny bag and put it there. And when the bus reached his place, the friend took the bag and kept it in his house. Krishna takes care of you. Bhagavan takes care of every single step of yours. This is the learning which you have. So then what happened? There's a political and social systems are very difficult. So one temple said, can you start Bhagavad Gita Satsang there? Then with the association, with the help of Chinmaya Mission, we started Bhagavad Gita Satsang. And that Satsang started spreading. More than 13 Gita Dnana Yajna have been conducted. Not a single rupee money has been collected. And thousands of people have got benefited from the teaching of Bhagavad Gita, and thousands of books of Bhagavad Gita has been distributed in that place. A old man of 70 years can do extraordinary thing. Not because of me, not because of him, and he never had a problem. Not a single problem he faced in life. That is the power of Gita. That is the power of Bhagavan. We are seeing it day in and day out. Many teachers are coming out. See, when I started, I was one person. Today, there are 30 acharyas and acharyas teaching many people. And they teach, and they will also become acharyas. This teacher, student, teacher is multiplying. And many places we hear the stories like this. It's not one person. It's not me, I'm not special. He is not special. It is the grace of the Bhagavan which drives our life. That's why what we are doing today is because like this. It's growing. I'll just tell one story, how it works. So I have heard a story, but I didn't know it. So there is one story in Bhagavad Gita, Yoga Kshemam Vahamiham, I will take care of you. That's what Sri Krishna says in Bhagavad Gita. One Pandita was there. He didn't have money. He was hungry. Family, he was living in poverty. Then Yoga Kshemam Vahamiham, he said, it does not work out. Sri Krishna doesn't take care. He may send somebody to help. He cuts that line, Yoga Kshemam Vahamiham, and he goes out. When he comes home, somebody has given complete food item, everything to the house. Cooking is happening in the house. For 7 days, they were not hungry. So then he asks his wife, who has come? She says, a child called Gopala came and gave. Did you send the money? Did you send anything from him? No, I don't know any Gopala. Then he goes and sees the book where he has written Yoga Kshemam Vaham. He cut that. There he says, that cut has been removed. Yoga Kshemam Vaham means Bhagavan himself will come and supports you when you have the trust and faith in Bhagavan's words. So that is the story which happened in somebody's life. But what happened in my life, I'll tell you. And what happens in many of my students' life, I know. I am a member of Life ISKCON. I get a pass. The pass for 6 people to come just Janmashtami. I told my wife, please come with the pass. I'll come from the office. Together we'll go to Janmashtami. Bring my father and mother also. My father was a paralytic. For him, going to Janmashtami celebration is a joy. They come. Then my wife says, sorry, I forgot to bring a pass. My father is depressed. Then what to do? The queue is half a mile long. He can't stand. Then I just closed my eyes. Yoga Kshemam Vahamiham. Before I completed the shloka, somebody was tapping my back. That person was a typical ISKCON guy with the Nama. He said, I have a pass for 6 people. Do you want to have darshan? The shloka is not completed, just Yoga Kshemam Vahamyam. It's a LIC slogan. Okay? Right? Then all of us were having darshan. In 20 minutes, we completed darshan. He was explaining to us about Krishna and all. Then he said, we came out, said, take this pass and go and get prasadam from that counter. I took the card and wanted to go to the prasadam counter, but wanted to say thanks to him. Turned. There's nobody. My dear, if you take the message of Sri Krishna in your life, Bhagavan is there. He himself will be there, taking care of your Yoga Kshema. This is our experience. There's no need of fear. There's no need of anger. There's no need of jealousy when Bhagavan is there in our life. That's why this Bhagavad Gita is about. I started the Bhagavad Gita. Many people joined. Padmalochan and his family, they started spreading in Kerala. In other countries also, it started spreading. So I said, Bhagavad Gita chanting is difficult, 700 slokas. Then we reduced it to 128 slokas so that more people can chant. More people can chant in 20 minutes. So that's why many people start joining. We created a complete Bhagavad Gita syllabus, starting from 128 sloka chanting, 128 sloka meaning, 700 sloka chanting, 700 sloka meaning, and finally, research into Bhagavad Gita. That's how it is growing. So many people are getting benefit of this. I wish this grows, this activity grows, and many people get benefit. It is because of the effort of many Atma Jyotis, selfless service of many people, this is growing. many acharyas, acharyanis, Maitreyi ji, Vijay ji, Parvati ji, so many people are getting involved, and let this activity grow. With that thought process, I'll conclude today's session of Gita Jayanti 2014. So let us pray to Bhagavan with the Sankalpa. Hey Bhagavan, Hey Paramatma, Hey Shri Krishna, we in the Light of Self Foundation, Atma Jyoti Satsang, are celebrating 14th year of Gita Jayanti. Many acharyas, acharyanis, students are studying Bhagavad Gita, taking the message of Bhagavad Gita to many people. We pray to you, may all of us become instrument of divine. May our body-mind complex be Ratha, the chariot of Sri Krishna. May the message of Bhagavad Gita reach many people, bringing peace, love, harmony, and establish dharma in the society. May the Gita Jyoti, the fire of Gita, spread far and wide. May many people in the world benefit by this message. Hey Bhagavan, bless us, bless all of us, bless our family members, bless the society, bless the whole world. Lokaha samastaha Sukino bhavantu. Lokaha samastaha Sukino bhavantu. Lokaha samastaha Sukino bhavantu. Harihi Om. Shri Gurubhyo Namaha. Harihi Om. I just want to end up with the message of Sri Krishna in chapter number 18.64. All of us are love God. All of us do puja of God, Sri Krishna, in the puja room. Once in a year we celebrate Janmashtami. We love God. But Sri Krishna says, one who teaches Bhagavad Gita, one who learns Bhagavad Gita, one who imbibes the message of Bhagavad Gita in my life is the dearest to me. So if you have to become closest to God, you have to learn the message of God, bring the message of God in your life, and teach others. This is what is the word of Bhagavan Sri Krishna, chapter number 18, sloka number 64. May all of you be blessed by Bhagavan. May the Bhagavan message of Bhagavad Gita spread. Hari Om. So we have right now we have a small we have many people who have achieved excellence in the teaching of Bhagavad Gita, many leaders. So we'll give them facilitation. After that, there's a prasadam, and please go to the stalls there. We have many children's program. There are stalls there. Please look at the stalls and see. A lot of work is going on, and see whether your child can get interested in any of these stalls. And you can tell about this to somebody else also. There are so many stalls at the end. So right now, felicitation of acharyas and acharyanis, and then eye leaders. So many acharyas and acharyanis are there. I'll request, we'll request Santoshi. Sir, Santosh, yeah, please. Yeah, if it's difficult, we can stand here. Yeah, stand. Yeah, please, Maitri.
Shall I tell you the name or will that be the Acharya and Acharya? First is your name, Asha Lakshmi. It's not you. Asha Lakshmi, Subramanian, Shaila, Prabhuji, tell you the name. No, yeah. This is the same. Except then Bharadwaj here. Remove the scene. Remove Bharadwaj.
ಭಗವದ್ಗೀತೆ ಕಲಿಯೋಣ, ಕಲಿಸೋಣ, ಜಗತ್ತಿಗೆ ಸಾರೋಣ. ಎಲ್ಲರೂ ಒಂದ್ಸತಿ ರಿಪೀಟ್ ಮಾಡ್ತೀರಾ? ಭಗವದ್ಗೀತೆ ಕಲಿಯೋಣ, ಕಲಿಸೋಣ, ಜಗತ್ತಿಗೆ ಸಾರೋಣ. ಥ್ಯಾಂಕ್ ಯು.
ಜನವರಿ 8ನೇ ತಾರೀಕಿಂದ ನಾವು ಹೊಸ ಕಾರ್ಯಕ್ರಮ ಒಂದು ಹಾಕೊಂಡಿದ್ದೇವೆ, ಘರ್ ಘರ್ ಗೀತಾ ಅಂತ. ಗೀತೆಯನ್ನ ಮನೆ ಮನೆಗೆ ತಗೊಂಡು ಹೋಗ್ಬೇಕು ಅಂತ. ಎಲ್ಲಿದ್ರು ಆಶಾಜಿ ಅವರು? ಘರ್ ಘರ್ ಗೀತಾ ಕಾರ್ಯಕ್ರಮ. ಆಶಾ, ಮಾಲಾ ಎಲ್ಲಿದ್ರಪ್ಪ? ಸೊ ಘರ್ ಘರ್ ಗೀತಾ, ಮನೆ ಮನೆಗೂ ಗೀತೆಯನ್ನ ತೆಗೆದುಕೊಂಡು ಹೋಗೋದು ಕಾರ್ಯಕ್ರಮ ಶುರು ಮಾಡಿದ್ದೇವೆ. ಎಲ್ರಿಗೂ ಒಳ್ಳೇದಾಗ್ಲಿ. ಮತ್ತೊಂದು ಏನಂದ್ರೆ, ನಮ್ಮ ಈ ಐಲೀಡ್ ಪ್ರೋಗ್ರಾಮ್ ಅನ್ನ ಹಲವಾರು ಸ್ಕೂಲ್ನವ್ರು ಕೇಳ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದಾರೆ. ಇದನ್ನ ನಿಧಾನವಾಗಿ ಸ್ಕೂಲಲ್ಲೂ ತಗೊಂಡು ಹೋಗ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದೇವೆ ಈ ಪ್ರೋಗ್ರಾಮ್ ಅನ್ನ.
First, may I call upon Asha Lakshmi ji.
ಮನೆ ಮನೆಗೂ ಹೋಗಿ ಮನೆನೇ ನೀವು ಹೇಳ್ದಂಗೆ ಗುರುಕುಲ ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಂಡು, ಮನೆಯಿಂದನೇ ಎಲ್ಲ ನಮ್ಮ ಸಂಸ್ಕೃತಿ ಬೆಳೆಯೋದು. ಆದ್ರಿಂದ ಮನೆಯಿಂದನೇ ಇದನ್ನೆಲ್ಲ ಬೆಳೆಸ್ತಾ ಬರ್ಬೇಕು. ಇವಾಗ ಹೇಗೆ ಶಾಲೆಗಳಿಗೆ ಹೋಗಿ ಎಲ್ಲಾರ್ಗು ಹೇಳ್ಕೊಡ್ತೀವಿ, ಮಕ್ಕಳಿಗೆ ನಮ್ಗೆ ಪೇರೆಂಟ್ಸ್ ಇಂದಾನೆ ಫಸ್ಟ್ ಒಂದು ಬೀಜ, ಸಂಸ್ಕಾರನ ಬೀಜ ಬರೋದು. ಆದ್ರಿಂದ ಮನೆಯಲ್ಲೇ ನಾವು ಅದನ್ನ ಶುರು ಮಾಡೋದ್ರಿಂದ ಸಮಾಜ ಎಲ್ಲಾ ಕಡೆನೂ ಹರಡಿ ಚೆನ್ನಾಗಾಗತ್ತೆ ಅಂತ. ಆದ್ರಿಂದ ಇದು ಜನವರಿ 8ನೇ ತಾರೀಕು ಸ್ಟಾರ್ಟ್ ಮಾಡೋಣ ಅಂತ ಇದೀವಿ. ಎಲ್ಲಾರು ಬರ್ಬೇಕು. ಅವತ್ತಿನ ದಿನ ಬಂದು ಅದಕ್ಕೆಲ್ಲಾರು ಪ್ರೋತ್ಸಾಹಿಸಿ ಗುರುಜಿಯವರ ಆಶೀರ್ವಾದ ಪಡ್ಕೊಂಡು ಸಕ್ಸಸ್ ಮಾಡ್ಬೇಕು ಅಂತ ಪ್ರಾರ್ಥನೆ ಮಾಡ್ತೀನಿ.
ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಇನ್ನೊಬ್ರು ಇದ್ದಾರೆ, ಮಾಲಾಜಿ ಅಂತ. ಬನ್ರಿ, ಎಲ್ಲಿದ್ದಾರೆ? ಬನ್ರಿ. ಇವರು ನಮ್ಮ ಈ ಐಲೀಡ್ ಪ್ರೋಗ್ರಾಮ್ ಅನ್ನ ಬೇರೆ ಬೇರೆ ಸ್ಕೂಲಿಗೆ ಕರ್ಕೊಂಡು ಹೋಗ್ತಿದ್ದಾರೆ. ನಾವು ಒಂದು ಪ್ರೋಗ್ರಾಮ್ ಸ್ಟಾರ್ಟ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ವಿ, ಗಾಯತ್ರಿ ಮಂತ್ರ ಚಾಂಟಿಂಗ್. ನಾವು ಇಂಡೋನೇಷ್ಯಾಗೆ ಹೋದಾಗ, ಅದು ಮುಸ್ಲಿಂ ಕಂಟ್ರಿ, ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಮಕ್ಕಳು ಗಾಯತ್ರಿ ಮಂತ್ರ ಹೇಳ್ಕೊಂಡು ಸ್ಕೂಲ್ ಶುರು ಮಾಡ್ತಾರೆ. ಸೊ ನಾವೇನ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ವಿ, ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಒಂದು ಶುರು ಮಾಡೋಣ ಅಂತ ಮಾಡಿದ್ವಿ. ಈಗ ಹಲವಾರು ಸ್ಕೂಲ್ಗಳಲ್ಲಿ ಪ್ರೇಯರ್ ಟೈಮಲ್ಲಿ ದಿನಕ್ಕೆ 1 ಲಕ್ಷ ಗಾಯತ್ರಿ ಮಂತ್ರ ಜಪ ಆಗ್ತದೆ. ಅದು ಮಾಲಾಜಿಯವರ ಕಾರ್ಯ. ಈ ಐಲೀಡ್ ಪ್ರೋಗ್ರಾಮ್ ಅನ್ನ ಹಲವಾರು ಸ್ಕೂಲಿಗೆ ತಗೊಂಡು ಹೋಗ್ತಿದ್ದಾರೆ ಅವರು. ಏನ್ ಮಾಡ್ತೀರಪ್ಪ?
ಸದ್ಗುರುಗಳಿಗೆ ನಮಸ್ಕಾರ ಮಾಡ್ತಾ, ಸದ್ಗುರುಗಳು ಕೊಡ್ತಕ್ಕಂತ ಪ್ರತಿಯೊಂದು ವಾಕ್ಯವೂ ಸಹ ಜೀವನದಲ್ಲಿ ಅಳವಡಿಸ್ಕೊಳ್ಬೇಕು ಅನ್ನೋದು ಇಲ್ಲಿರ್ತಕ್ಕಂಥ ಎಷ್ಟೋ ಜನರ ಒಂದು ಸಂಕಲ್ಪ. ಹಾಗಾಗಿ ಮಕ್ಕಳ ಹೃದಯ ತುಂಬಾ ಎಳಸಾಗಿರತ್ತೆ. ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಯಾವುದನ್ನೇ ಮೈತ್ರಿಜಿ ಹೇಳ್ದಂಗೆ ಏನನ್ನ ಬಿತ್ತಿದ್ರು ಅದು ಹೆಮ್ಮರವಾಗಿ ಬೆಳೆಯತ್ತೆ. ಮಕ್ಕಳನ್ನ ಪ್ರಪ್ರಥಮವಾಗಿ ಆಯ್ಕೆ ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಂಡು ಮಕ್ಕಳ ಜೊತೆ ಬೇಗ ಹೊಂದಬಹುದು ಅಂತ ಮಕ್ಕಳಲ್ಲಿ ಗಾಯತ್ರಿ ಮಂತ್ರ, ಧ್ಯಾನ, ಹಾಗಾಗಿ ಅವ್ರಿಗೆ ಹೇಳ್ತಕ್ಕಂತ ಶ್ಲೋಕಗಳನ್ನು ಮತ್ತೆ ಭಗವದ್ಗೀತೆ ಅವ್ರಿಗೆ ಅರ್ಥಪೂರ್ವಕವಾಗಿ, ಭಗವದ್ಗೀತೆಯನ್ನು ಹೇಗಂದ್ರೆ ಎಲ್ಲರೂ ಚಾಂಟಿಂಗ್ ಅಂತ ಮಾಡ್ತಾರೆ, ನಮ್ಮ ಸದ್ಗುರುಗಳ ರೀತಿ ಬೇರೆ. ಪ್ರಪ್ರಥಮವಾಗಿ ಅವರು ಅರ್ಥವನ್ನ ಹೇಳ್ತಾರೆ, ಅದಾದ್ಮೇಲೆ ಚಾಂಟಿಂಗ್ಗೆ ಮುಖ್ಯ ಇಂಪಾರ್ಟೆನ್ಸ್ ನ ಕೊಡ್ತಾರೆ. ಹಾಗಾಗಿ ಅವರಿಗೆ ಅರ್ಥ ಆಗೋ ಹಂಗೆ ಭಗವದ್ಗೀತೆಯ ಸಾರವನ್ನ ಕ್ವಿಜ್ಗಳ ಮೂಲಕ ಕೂಡ ಶಾಲೆಗೆ ಒಯ್ಯೋದು, ಗರ್ಗರ್ ಗುರುಕುಲ್ ಅಂತ ಮಾಡೋದು, ಇದು ನಮ್ಮ ಆದ್ಯ ಕರ್ತವ್ಯ ಆಗಿದೆ. ಇದು ನಮ್ಮಗಳ ಕರ್ತವ್ಯ ಅಲ್ಲ, ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಇರ್ತಕ್ಕಂತ ಪ್ರತಿಯೊಬ್ಬ ಪ್ರಜೆಯ, ಪ್ರತಿಯೊಬ್ಬ ವ್ಯಕ್ತಿಯ ಕರ್ತವ್ಯ ಅಂತ ನಾನು ಅನ್ಕೊಂಡಿದ್ದೀನಿ. ಹರಿ ಓಂ ತತ್ಸತ್.
Asha Lakshmi ji. Shaila S. Prabhu. Shaila S. Prabhu. Padma B. Padma B. Please be ready. Shaila S. Prabhu. Anupa K. Please be ready. Anupa K. Padma B. Yes. Padma B. Hearty congratulations. Next, I call upon Anupa K. Namit B. Narayana, please be ready. Manya. Namit B. Narayana. Manya. Next, I call upon HK Jailakshmi. HK Jailakshmi. Pramukh Bharadwaj. Pramukh Bharadwaj. Hearty congratulations.
We have a entrepreneurship club. In the entrepreneurship club, 3 children participated from our artificial intelligence team, for our business team, and for legal team. 3 children participated in a national level event. There were 1,80,000 children participating. Okay, our group got top 10. So that business idea we are converting into an actual working protocol. Manya's dream is to bring transparency in the legal system through the business software processes. All 3. So may call Satvik, no? Satvik and Vineet. Vineet is there? Okay, Pratibha, you can take in place of Vineet. Yeah. She feels software and artificial intelligence can bring legal system reform. Very good. Wah, Pratibha. And 3rd person, her mother has come. Oh, okay. She's on the way. Okay. Next. So we have various circles, almost 30 circles, and each of circles have identified a excellence in each circle. And we are calling this a Sri Krishna Award. May I request Sri Krishna Award winners please to come and collect.
Sri Krishna Award for Star Performers from Vakjyoti I-Lead Public Speakers Circle, Prerna V. And the teacher name is Satyalata Ji. Prerna V. Next, Kirtana.
Oh, she is a multiple talented. Very talented.
Ganita Jyoti, I-Lead Vedic Mathematics Circle, Uma Ji. Sanvi R. Deva Bhasha Jyoti, I-Lead Sanskrit Circle, Sheila Shri.
Sheila Shri madam is there? No, Sheila Shri, Sanskrit.
This is for Satya Ji.
Teacher is there, Sanskrit teacher is there.
Next, Kirtana C. I call upon Uma Ji.
Kirtana for?
Kirtana Ganita Jyoti.
Umaji is there. Please come.
I lead Vedic Mathematics
So this is
Circle.
the Vedic mathematics. She is first in it.
Hearty congratulations. Next, Sanvi R. Sanvi R. Deva Bhasha Jyoti. I lead Sanskrit Circle. Sheila Shri Ji. Next, star performers for Bhakti Jyoti group. First, I call upon Samiksha Manjula Atriji. Veda Jyoti Nachiketa group. Next, Praket S. Bharadwaj, Veda Jyoti Vyasa group. Teacher Shashi BS.
She teaches Veda for many people. Her house is a Gurukula.
Praket
Hundreds
S.
of people learn from
Bharadwaj.
there. ఇక్కడ మంజు ಅವರು ఇక్కడ ಹಾ
Sanchita Sharma. Praket, I am just calling next name. Praket.
Very good.
Praket S. Bharadwaj.
Shisha. Very good.
Sanchit Sharma. Bhajan
Very
Jyoti
good.
Nadana group. Dr. Meenakshi Raviji.
Dr. Meenakshi ಬಂದಿಲ್ಲ. So
Okay, next. Smriti S. Venkatesh.
ಸಂಗೀತ
Smriti.
ಒಳ್ಳೆದಾಗಿ ಒಳ್ಳೆದಾಗಿ ಒಳ್ಳೆದಾಗಿ
Smriti S. Venkatesh. Next, Subhashini.
ಸಂಗೀತ
Subhashini. Bhajan Jyoti Mahalakshmi.
ನೆಕ್ಸ್ಟ್ ಯಾವುದು
Subhashini.
What?
Bhajan Jyoti Mahalakshmi group. Vidya Shenoy Ji.
ವಿದ್ಯಾಶ್ರೀ ಇದೆ
Vidya
ವಿದ್ಯಾಶ್ರೀ
Shenoy Ji.
ಓಕೆ ಸೊ ದಿಸ್ ಇಸ್ ಭಜನ್
Mahalakshmi group.
ಸ್ಟಾರ್ ಪರ್ಫಾರ್ಮೆನ್ಸ್ ಭಜನ್
Samanvi BK.
Very good.
Bhajan Jyoti Vittala group.
There are
Yamuna
96 for
Kamatchi.
teaching bhajans.
Yamuna Kamat Ji is here.
Yamuna Kamatchi is in
Jigisha. Jigisha J. Bhajan Jyoti Arjuna group. K. Nalini Ji.
very good.
Jigisha J.
Isha.
Suhani AJ. Suhani AJ. Bhajan Jyoti Sadguru group. Vasudha Hegde Ji.
Vasudha is there?
Vasudha.
ಒಳ್ಳೆದಾಗಿ ಒಳ್ಳೆದಾಗಿ
Next, Trushti S. Nandalala Vishnu Sahasranama group. Shashi Rekha Ji. Trushti S. Yes. Next, I call upon PV Sujal. Sujal. Yes. Surya Vishnu Sahasranama group. Sujal from Surya Vishnu Sahasranama group. Next, Vian V Gupta. Vian V Gupta. Vian V Gupta. Okay.
ಒಳ್ಳೆದಾಗಿ ಒಳ್ಳೆದಾಗಿಪ್ಪ ಒಳ್ಳೆದಾಗಿ
Sri Jitya Manikanda. Jitya Manikanda. Bhakti Jyoti.
ವೆರಿ ಗುಡ್ ವಿಲಿ
Vian V Gupta. Shri Prabhu Vishnu Sahasranama group. Vasuki BK Ji.
ವೆರಿ ಗುಡ್
Vasuki Ji.
ವಾಸುಕಿ ಜಿ
Next,
ಒಳ್ಳೆದಾಗಿ
Shri Jitya.
ಒಳ್ಳೆದಾಗಿ
Shri Jitya Manikanda. Okay. Next category is star performers from Gita Jyoti groups.
ನೆಕ್ಸ್ಟ್
Sai Arna. Padma Karthik Ji.
ಓ ಇಟ್ಸ್ ಗೀತಾ
Padma Ji, come.
ಯಾರು
Gita Jyoti AGSC Arjuna 2 group.
ಪದ್ಮಾ ಕಾರ್ತಿಕ್ ಇಸ್ ದೇ
Yes.
ಓಕೆ ಒಳ್ಳೆದಾಗ್ಲಿ
Arna.
ದೀಸ್ ಆರ್ ಗೀತಾ
Sai Arna. Next, I call upon Sanvi V. Battur. Sanvi. Sai Arna, hearty congratulations. Sanvi V. Battur. Maitreyi ji is the teacher. From Gita Jyoti, Gita for Kids group. Next, I call upon Sahana Vishwanathan from Gita Jyoti Sandipani group. Gita Jyoti Sandipani group, Sahana Vishwanathan. Yeah, myself, I'm the teacher.
Requesting Varsha to come on stage next. Varsha N. Not Varsha.
People in interior Karnataka, avella participate ಮಾಡ್ತಾರೆ, and it's not just urban area. North Karnataka. Internet. ಯಾರಿಗೆ?
Varsha from Gita Jyoti Shiva Gita group, Parvati Chandrasekhar is the teacher. Varsha is Surabhi A. Rao, Gita Jyoti Ananda Gita group. Surabhi A. Rao. K. Nagalakshmi is the teacher. Not there? Okay.
Next name, Aditi Anik Hindi from Gita Jyoti Bhagavad Gita group. Anuradha Kulkarni ji is the teacher. Yeah, I request. Parvati ji will be collected. Next, I Arjun Dhanashekaran. Arjun Dhanashekaran from Gita Jyoti Prahalada group. Davalji is the teacher. Arjun Dhanashekaran. Hearty congratulations. Next, I call upon Brunda R. Gita Jyoti Panchajanya group.
Very good.
Vasuki BKG. Teacher. Brunda R. Gita Jyoti Panchajanya group. Hearty congratulations.
Very good.
Arjun Kirti. Arjun Kirti from Gita Jyoti Hare Vishnu group. Is Arjun Kirti here? Arjun Kirti. Rekha Shashidarji. Rekha Shashidarji.
Rekha illa.
Rekha ji is here. Rekha ji.
Yeah, ಒಳ್ಳೆದಾಗಲಿಪ್ಪ. ದೇವರು ಒಳ್ಳೆ ಮಾಡಿ.
There's an award for Prakesh.
Next.
Now I call upon Gita Jyoti.
Gita Jyoti is like a graduation program.
First is,
they have 700 slokas. They're must read. Like the Prerana and all, there are masters. This is the masters itself in the class.
Abhinav Sharma. Abhinav Sharma. Abhinav Sharma has completed 700 shlokas. Yeah. Learning all 700 shlokas by heart. Abhinav Sharma. Gita Jyoti Abhinav Sharma.
Jai Ho.
Next, I call upon Pramukh Bharadwaj. Gita Jyoti Pramukh Bharadwaj.
Very good. ಒಳ್ಳೆದಾಗಲಿಪ್ಪ. So these people have reached a higher level in Gita.
He is also completed learning 700 shlokas. Hearty congratulations.
Congratulations. Jai Ho.
I call upon Gita Jyoti Sandhya Suresh. Is Sandhya Suresh is here. Okay, Sudha Lakshman, Gita Jyoti, Sudha Lakshman. ಆಯ್ತಾ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಮತ್ತಿಕೆರೆ. Okay, now I'll call upon
ಮತ್ತಿಕೆರೆ
Krishna
ಇದು ಕೊಟ್ಬಿಡಿ ಇವರಿಗೆ ಮೈತ್ರಿ ಇದು ಕೊಟ್ಬಿಡಿ. ಹಾ.
Krishna Premi is in the order of Sumedha.
Do you have the order?
Now, this is Krishna Premi. For those who have completed learning 126 shlokas, Sumedha L. Rao, Nalini ji is the teacher. Sumedha L. Rao, Jigisha J, Nalini ji, Pancham J, Pancham J, yeah. Manya R, Pancham. Rohan Siddhant, Namit, Vijay ji is the teacher. Anupa K,
Rohan is missing. Rohan is not here.
Manya R. Next, Namit. Namit, that's Namit. Congratulations. Congratulations, a round of applause. Next, Anupa K. Samprita Kalyan.
ಆಯ್ತಾ?
We have 700.
ಹಾ?
700.
Samprita Kalyan, Asha Lakshmi ji is the teacher. Maybe Asha Lakshmi ji can come.
Nobody is coming. But
ಯಾರು?
Samprita Kalyan. Join again. I see you are the teacher.
ಮಗಳ ಒಳ್ಳೆದಾಗಿ. ಹಾ.
ಹಾ. ಸುಧಾ
ಯಾವ್ದಿದು? ಸಂಧ್ಯಾ ಸುರೇಶ್ ಇಲ್ಲ ಅಂತೆ. Next name ಹೇಳಿ.
Sudha Lakshman. Gita Jyoti, Sudha Lakshman. You can collect. Gita Jyoti, Sudha Lakshman and Sandhya Suresh. Asha Lakshmi ji is collecting. Pratibha S. Rao. Pratibha S. Rao. Shobha Jagdish. Shobha Jagdish. Shobha S. Jagdish. Gita Jyoti, Shaila S. Prabhu. Gita Jyoti, Shaila S. Prabhu. Congratulations. A round of applause, please. Next, I call upon Akila M. Gita Jyoti, Akila M. Gita Jyoti, Akila M. That's next. Gita Jyoti, Nagamani L.
Nagamani L. Gita Jyoti Lakshmi Raj PN. Lakshmi Raj PN. Gita Jyoti Lakshmi Raj. Hearty congratulations. Next, Gita Jyoti Rupa Rani. Gita Jyoti Rupa Rani. Gita Jyoti Rupa Rani. Asha Lakshmi ji is collecting on behalf of her. Next, I call upon Vatsala Chandrasekhar. Gita Jyoti Vatsala Chandrasekhar.
Okay. ನಿಮ್ಗೆ
Congratulations.
I'll take him through stalls. Okay. ಸೊ ದಯವಿಟ್ಟು ಎಲ್ಲ ಸ್ಟಾಲ್ಗಳನ್ನು ನೋಡಿ ಆಮೇಲೆ ಪ್ರಸಾದ ತಗೊಂಡು ಊಟಕ್ಕೆ ಹೋಗಿ. ಓಕೆ.
Shall we end now? Shall we end? ಇದು ಮುಖದಿಂದ ಊಟ ಪ್ರಸಾದ ಆದ್ಮೇಲಿಂದ ಊಟ ಆಮೇಲೆ ನಮ್ಮ ಶಾಂತಿ ಮತ್ತೆ ಪುಣ್ಯ ಹೇಳಿದ್ರು ಅದಕ್ಕೆ
Since I know it comes down, I'm not going to cry.
So many other things. But just for a demonstration, I would request you to give us any two-digit number and we could find it. Okay, for any two-digit number, then find like 35. This is 25, 60. You can give us any two-digit number.
They're like computers. Like calculators, computers.
Said your favorite number is 90. You think it's
All together. Here. Tell me, I will follow you. Entrepreneurship start. Okay, this is our enterprise. Okay, so our enterprise, they are actually create small like that. I will show them. Yeah. So this is the company like marketplace. Some then small pickup, sorry about it. Very smart. Very small piece. Very, very. Yes, that waiting.